Yay! Hello, Internet. Good evening, people. Whistler, the one and only, the Morpheus in real life. How are you, sir?
These are big compliments I need to,
Hey, listen,
be thankful for. I mean, I'm just saying.
What doesn't accumulate cigars, patrona, and like cool gear like you? If you weren't, you've trained the one. I'm sure of it.
No. I spent my money on a select few things,
Clever,
and I have a wife that allows me to. Let me put it that way. That's important.
Oh,
a Minister of Finance approves a lot.
Okay, of course.
To sign, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like those fugglers in the background there. That's probably where, like, they heard there's rumors of Labubu spending.
He's got all the fugglers. This is just my little emotional support teddies. Obviously, today would be. We're doing good today, right? We don't.
That's cute. I like it. It looks happy. I was like, I don't know how you'd sleep with those I mean, I could probably sleep with the fugler close to me. The Labubus, I don't know. It's like I don't think so. I think shit happens when you close your eyes.
I mean, we've all watched Toy Story, dude. So long as you're nice to your toys, you say hello to them, whatever, you'll be fine. You'll be.
Why? I just want to know, why isn't any of the sort of adult toys ever appeared in Toy Story? I mean, like that should.
I think this is a different type of toys. I think we're also looking at a different type of movie. I
mean, like the horror stories.
I think it was Toy Story you were watching, Mork.
No, I'm just saying. Imagine, like, all of a sudden, the one day, like, what's the two, Buzz and Thingy and Andy. Not Andy. What's the fucking Cowboys name? They're just playing, and all of a sudden, this random toy appears, and then the toy is just like, oh my god, you won't believe the shit I've seen. I don't know how to. I can't, like. There's going to be a psychologist. Scary, man.
There is that one, I think it's a Robot Chicken clip where, like,
where they do the.
He comes home from, like, college, and he's like, "Where's my favorite toy?" And then, like, he picks up Buzz, and then like, off screen something happens, and then he comes back, and he's been turned into a bong.
What channel do you guys watch this on? I don't have access to that. I don't think I don't know, it's blocked or something where I'm browsing. I don't have access to that version of Toy Story.
Yeah, that's like it brings an entire, like Andre says, it brings an entire new definition to "you've got a friend in me."
Yeah.
It's so wrong. Anyway, good evening, everybody. I just want to say hello to chat. Slippery Pickle, Gavin, Peter Savenga, Bitter Einde. Who else is here? We got RJ, Go 1984. Yeah. Croctopia. God, I'm saying it wrong again. Who else? I saw Arbart, 144. Rainbow Sugar Pop, good evening. And even Whistler and Dylan's in the chat. Combrink, Matthew's here. Gavin. Yeah, it's everybody. Chantal. Yeah, the entire team's here. And Lindy Double D. How's it, babes? Cool, yeah. So we got Whistler on because, and Vanner, sorry, so we got Whistler on because Whistler knows things. He knows things. It's like that, like I'm imagining Whistler if shit goes down, you're gonna be the guy that's like, like listen, dude, I need kung fu, and you're like, and I do that, and then like, dude, you're sorted now. Like I'm imagining this is the shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I did low key wonder. I mean, we don't want to bring back lockdown memories, but I was low-key wondering, like, whether we're going to need to go into survival mode and whether I'm going to need to, like, build the windmill and all kinds of things just so we can survive at home. I mean, that's actually, I was low-key hoping for it.
I mean, I think there's every part in every one of us. I think it's more of a guy thing where you're going, listen,
gamer thing.
Yeah, I'd say it's 100%. It's a gamer thing where you're going like, we're kind of mentally, we are prepared for either a zombie apocalypse. I mean, and again, so let's get the main issue out of the. Which one would you prefer? Which zombie apocalypse would you prefer? Walking Dead, kind of Resident Evil one, or like the 28 weeks later sort of World War Z zombie?
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. I don't know if I could.
I would go for the Walking Dead ones, I think.
Yeah.
You kind of want them to deteriorate over time if they don't feed. That's my thinking.
That's a good vibe. Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to handle the 28 days later walking, like those things. Remember the pace where they used to run after you in World War Z? I'm like,
things in Last of Us. I know that's not zombies, but I mean, like, those things pick up speed and they mislook.
Oh, fuck, that's also another one. I wouldn't be able to deal with that. But I mean, like, back of my head, I think, like, I've kind of, I'm not saying I hope the entire humanity and civilization of Earth dies. I'm just going there as a gamer. I'm like, I'm prepared for when that goes down. I'm just, the only things I was always like freaked out about is like, I don't have the ability to build like a radio or fix anything electronic. I don't know, maybe a windmill seems basic.
In reality, though, right? In reality, if that had to happen, I think people would form cliques. You're going to have, because remember, if something like that had to happen, it would be chaos because there would be true freedom, though, right? Because there's what we used to today and what we think is freedom is not freedom, because we live within the confines that the law or the government or whatever has given us, right?
Of course,
true freedom would be like when we have a zombie outbreak. Yeah, I think people would be in cliques, and people would do what they are good at, and some people you wouldn't necessarily. And I don't necessarily want to devalue a bunch of professions, but some professions might not necessarily be very helpful immediately at that point in time. I mean, like a lawyer maybe or something, though, right?
Can't see myself.
You need people
one
that can build stuff, cook stuff, whatever. But lawyers could maybe come in. Like, I don't want to diss a bunch of lawyers and upset the whole chat. But somewhere there's going to have to be some structure, some I don't know, few chosen ones that decides for the crowd or for the herd. So I don't know. Maybe like a lawyer there could help to bring some structure. But yeah, I don't know. As gamers, I think we tend to see a lot of things just differently. And I don't think people understand that, because if you're not a gamer, you don't understand that. You don't understand how we look at life through a gamer's lens sometimes. And that's maybe why cybersecurity for me was interesting, though, right? Because you look at tech through a different lens.
Yeah. I mean, like, so may I ask, obviously, I don't want to, we're not going to hear, we're not doxing anybody, but like, just how did you get into it? I think that's like, was it just like, you used to play, I mean, like, you're a 90s kid like I am, right? I mean, we're pretty much the same
born in the
age,
80s. We're born in the 80s,
Yeah,
grew
exactly.
Up in the 90s.
I mean, like,
we grew up with KTV and Candace Hillebrand,
Bro, I'm getting hot flushes.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's when we grew up, right? We were all sucker for that blonde. But, I mean, luckily I grew up with tech, right? I mean, from a very, very young age, my parents exposed me to tech, but also my dad was in tech, so to say, electronics, etc. So I grew up with a lot of that stuff, right? Had access to a PC, never had TV games, which is why my first console I ever owned was like in 2005, when I was living on my own for 5-6 years already. But I was access to a PC games. My friends would come over, we'd play PC games. I would, go with my friends to play console games. But since I've started working and leveling up through my career, I naturally gravitated towards the security projects. And once you've done enough security projects, you kind of like have that accolade to your name, right? You've achieved this, and you can start speaking the security lingo. And I think like in 2015 is when I kind of like, even though it wasn't formally the job title that I was holding at the time, I made it known to my leadership that, hey, this is where I want to go into. Like, it's part of my career development, And I kind of like then started formally focusing on like a lot of the cybersecurity projects. And about 2-3 years ago, 2022, my current boss just phoned me and said, hey, would you want to join my team, right? And that's kind of like how I got straight into it, where I was doing from partial cybersecurity to full-time cybersecurity.
Full-time.
So, yeah, that's kind of like how I got into it. But I mean, I've done cybersecurity projects probably all the way from 2004, 2005.
Wow.
Small little projects.
So without any giving any details away, like what does your like sort of job encompass in the sense of like you guys build security mechanisms, like secure, making sure that like security for maybe like a company or a firm is in check, that there's like good antivirus software, shit like that. It was like what exactly?
Kind of like compare it to, if we think about it, like let's try and think about like a bank, right?
Yeah.
The bank has something to protect, right? The bank needs to protect the gold or the money or whatever is inside their vault. Let's keep it simple, right?
Yeah.
Where we are positioned is essentially all the security guards, so to say. Having eyes and ears everywhere around the building, making sure there's cameras everywhere. Can we see what happens? Can we?
Okay. Like full. Like,
can we see the alarm goings off? Right. So think about it like that. So in the cybersecurity world, there's two sides of the fence. I know we spoke about the hats and whatever previously in stream, but there's essentially two sides of that fence, if you want to call it like that, which is a red team and a blue team, right? Very much like the red pole and the blue pole in Matrix. But red team and blue team kind of like are that two separate sides of that fence, right?
Yeah.
Blue team is your defensive security, and that's what I'm doing. Whereas red team is offensive security, and then you start getting the different subcategories between offensive and defensive, because remember we spoke about white hats and gray hats and black hats and whatever. So your black hats would typically sit on the red team, but not necessarily as well, because white hats could also sit on the red team, because you could do security testing for the benefit of a company to say, hey, Mork, you hire me. If I was red team, you would hire me. I would come and test your bank security and then say to you, cool, Mork, somebody left this window open. You need to work on this process. Humans should, because humans is a factor in this though, right?
Yeah, of course.
You left this door open, or this password was weak, or whatever the case might be, right? Whereas blue team sit on the defensive side. Either way, both jobs are challenging. It's just what you're protecting or what your goal is different. My goal is for somebody to never ever breach us. Whereas a hacker's goal is to find weak spots in your network and breach somebody, and then using that for some form of gain, whether it's financial gain, reputational gain, whatever it is, right? On the blue team side, we never want to get breached, and we need to make sure that nobody's impenetrable. And there's this guy from the FBI that probably like 10 years ago did the speech, and he said it's not if but when you're gonna get hacked. So that reality is always there, is that one day someone is going to find a weakness in our in our configuration, or it could be that you exploit another human and they click on the link they shouldn't or something. I mean, that's obviously our biggest risk. But
because that's usually going to, like, the easiest, like, as somebody that, I mean, like, here's a question. The easiest way would be via a person. So they've got sent something, or they've got something sent on their phone. They open it within the network of the thing. And I mean, that's usually like that's the easiest way to penetrate security, wouldn't it be? Like, I mean, I'm
true.
trying to think of it.
And again, there's two sides of it, right? Just I want to just bookmark a question. I see George74ZA said, "Do VPNs really work?" It's actually a very good question, and we can talk about that because I think there's different views on what a VPN really does, right? But on that is how companies get breached. You're very right. It's about risk. Okay.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're protecting and what you're working for, you are looking at where a specific company's risk is. Different humans have different risk profiles, right? Yourself, you're a streamer, you're a public figure, you have a different risk profile than somebody that might not be a streamer, that might not be on the YouTube sphere, that might not be whoever wants to get joy from trolling you, in whichever way it might be, though, right? So human beings will always be a factor that can get exploited. But having said that, there is always weak configuration somewhere as well, right? And it really depends on what hackers are after. There's a Lenovo, like I think it was last week, Lenovo, IBM, the company Lenovo, they had this AI bot on their website, and that AI bot was exploited. And I don't know exactly how they architected their solution, but it's quite crap, because that AI bot had access to their internal network, and they could instruct the AI bot to do stuff. And then they managed to expose like a bunch of things that the AI bot should never, ever have done, right? Imagine asking ChatGPT, like, give me something that you have access to locally on your server, right? if I have to like dumb it down, that's kind of like what they did, right? So there's always going to be something where somebody can get access into a network, and if it's not through a human, it could just be through some poor configuration. For example, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, there was this casino hack where the casino had a big fish tank in the casino, and the fish tank's ecosystem or monitoring or whatever, the filters, heaters, whatever, was Wi-Fi enabled. And somebody sat in the foyer of the casino or the hotel, the casino hotel, and then managed to gain access into that fish tank and then got onto the network. And again, right, this is what I'm saying. There's always a human being involved in that though, right? But what did they do? They gained access to well, a bunch of personal data, but also the casino network. And if I'm not mistaken, they actually like cashed out like $200 and something million. We can just check.
God,
what? There was the MGM hack as well, the MGM casino hack a couple of years ago. Same thing. Dude.
Oh my God.
And the MGM hack was, I can't remember if the MGM hack or maybe that was the Twitter hack. But again, hackers phone up somebody. They're like, hey, Mork, see XYZ happening. I'm from IT support. Let me help you real quick, right? They kind of like put you in this position of like, let's call it like discomfort. And then they reach out to you and like say, hey, I saw this happen. Can I help you? Whatever. You don't want to be in trouble for clicking on a link or doing something. So immediately you trust this guy from IT, right? It's not IT. And then they offer up credentials or whatever. So there's various ways of getting into a network, right? It's either just through pure weak configuration, or it is you are manipulating a human being. I mean, that is
of course
probably 95% of where your risk sits.
The thing is, like, the main reason, I mean, there's only like two reasons. I would probably even narrow it down to one reason. There's only one reason anybody ever hacks anybody. Again, like, from my point of view, I would go, it's like, it's always money. It narrows down to money, right? So like, for example, a corporation, it would be the data. It's data which translates into money, into being able to use it, exploit people, or their credit card numbers or eczema. But I mean, like, so for example, when it comes down to like personal, like people on Facebook, what's that sort of, what would be the point in like trying to hack those people? It would just also be their data, their credentials for, right? What's the like? Because I hear people getting hacked on Facebook. Like, what's the vibe? Why are hackers doing that? I mean, is that just them having fun to show that I can do it? Or are they just like, listen, I'm trying to steal credit card information or some shit of somebody that might be on Facebook?
I think it's kind of like all of the above, right?
Okay.
So you always need to look at every attack. I think you need to ask two questions, is off the cuff, whether it's targeted or whether it's like to whom it may concern. Okay. If it's targeted, it could just be like you were in the wrong place in the wrong time, and somebody was sitting there hoping for like a little fish to bite, and then while that happened, you connected to the Wi-Fi network in Mug and Bean, or you were doing something, and then they gain access to your stuff. Right now, what does that give them? It really depends. So they don't know, because if it's not targeted, meaning like I don't want to make it my life mission to hack Mork, right? Then it's just like, hey, to make concern, I see 2 or 3 accounts. Typically, what you want to try and do is you want to try and see what's juicy. Can I extort this person? Like, what's in their DMs? Like,
like maybe I've got photos of like me and Ronaldo, like, hugging and kissing each other, and then they're like, oh
maybe,
my God,
you never know, right? So there could be that.
Yeah.
Who's your friends? You might have a high-profile friend somewhere. You're already friends, trusted, right? So now it's like, hey, Mork, I need some money, or hey, Mork, this needs to happen, or whatever, right? And you start exploiting your, other people around you. It's also what they do with WhatsApp, though, right? They
of course.
kind of like clone you to steal your WhatsApp account. They reach out to you from an account or a number that they think you might know, and they say, hey, I can't get into my account. Can I send you my one-time PIN or something like that? And then they really just con you into sending you their one, sending them your one-time PIN. It's like I say, it's more a case of like, it's to it may concern. Sometimes they get something juicy, sometimes they don't. If it's a bigger hack in the sense of like, Facebook is hacked, These things become a lot harder these days, but I mean, it's not impossible because, again, there's been references in the past where that's happened. But if a big company like Facebook or Meta or X or whatever is hacked, your risk there is just like all those credentials leaking out. And it's also, I guess, the same way when they hack you one-on-one in Mug and Bean, they don't generally have your password. They actually just steal your session token, your cookie. Like when you log in, right? If you log into YouTube, okay, and you close your browser and you open your browser up and you go back into YouTube, YouTube knows that, hey, this is the Mork Rock Show and you're already in there, right? Your browser caches a cookie. If I do that at the time you log in or at the time you launch your browser and I can see that cookie being transmitted, I can actually capture it and clone it. And then I use your cookie in my browser. And then when I open up YouTube, I am YouTube as you, or I'm Facebook as you, I'm whatever as you, right?
Oh, okay, I get it. And the hope is, so for example, just pause on that one, please. So for example, the hope in that scenario would be that hopefully within cookie information, what would the hope be that within cookie information of website there would be maybe it's like a banking site where maybe like a PayPal site where your credit card credentials are in there, or
you never know what somebody has typed for somebody in a chat message, whatever. But in the same sense as well as I know, Google. With Google, you have that federation bit where you can like sign into a website using your Google credentials. Now all of a sudden, I can sign into every website wherever you federated your Google to, right? I mean, there's various ways how it could be used. Now, when somebody is you're using your cookie for what? When somebody is
wait 1 second, Whistler, sorry,
cookie in your what?
Sorry, Ronaldo just is. You can't see the message, you can't hear it, but it's like, so Ronaldo said, what did he say? Yeah, you use his cookie in your what? Sorry, Whistler, thank you, Ronaldo.
No, I saw.
And also, just thanks to oh, geez, the Footsackers are here. Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to the show. Whistler is our resident hacker, and we're just having a conversation about hacking. Sorry, Whistler, I interrupted you mid
very, very let's not say I'm a hacker.
No, I mean, you're a cybersecurity person. Wink, wink.
Saying like I'm a hacker is like saying I'm a thief, and meanwhile I'm working for ADT or something, right? Anyway, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
You're cybersecurity expert.
I'm teasing.
You're expert. No.
So when it comes to passwords, right, the challenge is if there is ever a website that gets hacked, whether it's Facebook, whether it's your local newspaper or something, right, they store credentials locally, right?
Yeah.
If those credentials leak out, and usually it's not stored in a secure way, so it's not really encrypted, or it's weak encryption and the guys can go and decrypt it or whatever. If I now know, okay, cool, the morkrockshow@gmail.com exists, and I have its password, I can go and check if that address exists on other websites as well. Does it exist on Facebook? Does it exist here? Does it exist there? Does it exist on PayPal? Right?
Yeah.
And then I can try and log in as you because I already have two things that I need, your email address and your password. All I then need to do is kind of like say, okay, cool, let me send you a fish because your PayPal is being weird. And then I'm going to phone you and say, hey, I'm from PayPal. I see malicious activity. Can I try and help you? And then you have to try and scam somebody though, right? But I mean, you're already two quarters there or 2/3 there.
No, of course. And the thing is, hypothetically, if you, like you said, with the cookie information, you somehow then hack or you get into, say, like Ronaldo's profile, you get into his YouTube, you have then access to his entire community, hypothetically, where you could try and send something to them or sort of manipulate them because you've got every single person's
account. I can delete his account.
Exactly. And then you can almost, or you can like hold a hostage.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly, which is used. I mean, like this is what I'm saying. It's 90% of the time is probably like monetary based, and then the 10% of the time, I'd say it's just like O's being like, I just want to show how big my cojones are. You know, like, oh, I'm like a Kef hacker. I've just done this. I've like hacked an entire company or something.
In 2022, you know, Linus Tech Tips. Have you ever seen the guy on YouTube called Linus Tech Tips?
Yeah.
Okay,
I watch him every now and again. Yeah.
He's in 2022. They were in December 2022. They were dealing with a maybe January 2023. They were dealing with like a new vendor or a possible sponsor. So they knew that, you know, I'm going to get a mail from let's say Apple, because Apple's going to sponsor this thing, right?
Yeah.
The way how YouTube works, and you'll know, and for the guys that's using YouTube from a streamer perspective will know, you have very limited permissions what you can use in YouTube, right? You're either an editor or something on the channel, and you can add other editors to your channel, but you can't say like, okay, cool, Whistler can only manage comments, and Darth Shorn can only upload videos but not manage comments. There's no granular permissions to manage somebody's YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So there's third-party tools that allows you to do that. And then what happens is you log into this third-party tool like some other websites, and then everybody has their specific roles, what they can and can't do. And then in the back end, that tool does it with like administrative permissions on your channel, right?
I get what
so
you're saying.
They were fished by clicking on a link, stealing their cookie. They got fished, and then the hackers got access to that third-party tool that was managing the YouTube channel. And then they actually deleted the channel. But you're deleting somebody with I don't know how many million followers they have, like 5 or 10 million followers, right? I mean, yes, the guys got it back. Took 3-4 days, but I mean, I mean, imagine it, right? Imagine this is your livelihood. You've got 10, 15 people working for you. All of a sudden, all of that's gone. YouTube deleted. Who do you even phone, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I remember back in the day where people were having like, you had big content creators on YouTube, and this is like, I'm saying back in the day, I'm saying this is like just after Gamergate. You had a lot of like, I remember when, I think, was it Sargon of Akkad? His account got taken down because of like silly stuff. And there's like, and the main issue that they came back with is like, they don't know who to call. There's nobody at YouTube that they can contact unless you're a massive creator. No one gives a shit about you. And this
maybe you do have like an account manager or something. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, again, right? It's drama. It's 2 a.m. Whatever. When that's happening, you have to try and like undo all of that nonsense. But I mean listen, security has come a long way, though, right?
Yeah. I mean,
so you want to
I've got 2 questions. When was it? I think it was about 3 years ago. Is the only time I recall ever being hacked. I woke up on New Year's Day, and there's been like these, I think I got like 7 or 8 messages from Facebook. I was going like, you've tried to change your thing. And I'm like, I'm just opening my mail. I'm going, what the fuck's going on here? It's like, no. So I go into my mail, and it's going, you try to change your telephone number and then your password and all this shit. Then when I woke up, I was trying to log in, and like I couldn't log in to change it back to... Somebody had somehow got access, and I was actually checking out something happened to 100,000 people, and the only thing that this person did was change their profile to some, I don't know, I think it was South Korean or something singer, and followed his own like instrument, like musician page. That's but they hacked my account just for that. I was just like annoyed because there's no one. I messaged to Facebook, nothing. I lost it. I had to make a new account. Like, it was weird.
Really?
Yeah. It was absolutely insane. I just don't know why it ever happened.
That I've known, our Netflix account got hacked probably 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
And the only way how we knew about it is the one day, it was like around about festive season, the one day we wanted to like watch Netflix, and on the TV, it showed like random usernames that wasn't ours. And then... I can't remember. It kind of, I think it happened as we realized it happened, because immediately I could come back onto my my PC, and then I could see the last logins, and I saw there was one login from Brazil, and I then killed the logins, and then I changed my password. Yeah. But I mean, again, I don't know how that happened. Somebody would have. What would have been the gain? Free Netflix for however long until I find it out, because you can't get my credit card details, you can't get anything.
Yeah, exactly. Right? So wait, on the whole hacking issue thing, like, so you mentioned earlier on like the whole thing with AI. Is there listen, how do you fight? I mean, we're talking now AI, and like we're getting now close to. I mean, I didn't say we're getting close to supercomputing, but I mean, if you look at what AI and the processing power that it's got behind it, I mean. How far away? I mean, or like, how would cybersecurity, like a human being, be able to mitigate against like that sort of processing power, or like, if you have to like put and create an AI bot, which is like, listen, hack. How would you? Is there a way to like still mitigate that? Are we getting close to the point where, cybersecurity is going to be done by AI, or not really? was a terrible question. Anyway.
Well, no, I think in short, there's a lot of jobs I think that's at risk with AI, right?
Yeah.
Would cybersecurity ever be 100% replaced by AI? Definitely no. Can AI make cybersecurity, some jobs in a way maybe obsolete in a way, but could it also help us in cybersecurity? 100% yes, because it can crunch a bunch of stuff a lot faster, right? So for me, I'm seeing that argument as fighting fire with fire. And the reason why I'm saying that is, it's not like the hackers aren't using AI to make their lives easier, right? Now,
of course,
I can't remember what the tool's name is now, but there's a tool available that, do you know what OSINT is, or open source intelligence?
No.
So OSINT is it's the tech term for like let's think about like being a now the words slip me. Like what would you, that's going to be a bad example to try and get to the word, but like imagine like somebody is trying to like no, it's going to come out wrong if I say it like that. But OSINT is like being like using open source information to your advantage.
Okay.
But in it could be in a positive or a negative way, right? And what I mean with a negative way is like, imagine like how you would stalk somebody, right? It's the cybersecurity version of being a stalker, right? Like a digital stalker almost. So imagine you want to stalk somebody, right? The first thing you do is you're going to go type in their name in Facebook and Instagram and whatever to try and see what you can see about them, right? Yeah. Then you're going to try and see if you can just Google something or see if there's a photo they've commented on or see something, and then you can try and like build yourself like a little network of who this person is, okay?
Okay.
Now, OSINT is largely been a very manual thing in like, it's what do you have access to, what websites do you have access to try and like piece all this information together, because people breadcrumb information everywhere though, right?
Yeah, of course.
You upload your CV somewhere, you have a LinkedIn, you have this, you have that.
Yeah.
People don't always think what they're sharing either, so you can kind of like harvest information like that, but it's a very manual thing because I have to sit and do like a digital detective almost.
Yeah, but also that takes man hours, right? For you that would take time for you to go and like search this, search that.
What you can do in 3 hours manually will probably take you 15 minutes using some AI bots. And there are AI bots available for that though, right? The difference is when that AI bot's done, it will also present me with 3 or 4 phishing examples that I can use to fish you, because it's already formulated a persona of who the Mork Rock Show is, because you post a lot of football content or rugby content or this or that or something that I could like, angle to then.
Okay, so you could obviously then you can use it for good, or like you could use it as a Jedi, 100%. You could use it as a Sith. Yeah.
And you could use that to even like create password lists for what passwords you might use. Because again, the majority of people, and I don't want to put a percentage to that, but the majority of people don't have good password hygiene. They use the same password everywhere because it is one thing to remember, because you were taught to remember like an 8-character password that's got an uppercase, a lowercase, a number, and a special character. So everybody chooses something like, bubblegum3 hashtag or whatever, right? And then that's your password. It's a cock password.
Write that down.
People do that, right? Did you ever watch Hackers, the 1995 movie Hackers? And the guy was like, the top passwords, love. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Dude, I had a massive. Listen, I just want to put this out there. You guys can't hear it, but every now and again, every time someone donates money, it plays an audio track. And Recon 1, I know specifically, he only plays it because he likes hearing the audio clip. He only donates because he likes hearing it. But also he says Mork's cleaning his Pornhub history after this. Sorry, I'm
going to tell you something about Pornhub, but we can save that for the next.
Yeah.
So we're on this train of thought now.
Yeah, so with regards to like I remember Hackers. I had a massive crush on, because that was one of her first movies, Angelina Jolie. That was like before she
We
was
all
famous.
had I wish she would have adopted me. I mean, what do you mean?
I would have
Right.
told you this. No, I don't know if you should say that out loud. Listen, like I don't have the fear of Nerf guns. You do.
I have
saying.
I have Chloe
Protection.
here. I have my protection spell is cast. I'm safe. I'm just saying.
Using a dog as a shield.
100%.
It's terrible, but you know, I know other people that do that as well.
Get extra cookies.
Slippery pickle. My password is 1234 hash. I mean, like, listen, with the password vibe, I've done this thing initially. I used to do that. Like years ago, I used to have one main password until you start getting advised by Google. Okay, cool, you don't have that. So now I've started running. Maybe that's a good one. Like I started running. I think I've got 10 different passwords that I've memorized, and what I do is I change them up. In my brain, I've used them for different things. So with, like, for example, finance, I've got one set of passwords, and there's certain characters I keep changing, and that's how I keep. Because the other option is doing a password manager. What would you recommend as somebody who's a professional in cybersecurity? Would you recommend people get what do you call it, like a password manager, and then something that's
down.
But I mean, like obviously, like get a password manager, something that you can use from your phone that's also integrated across all your
browsers. It all installs as a little browser plugin. And here's why you don't want to have the same password everywhere or similar passwords everywhere, right?
Cookies.
If I know, well, no, not just cookies. We can talk about cookies. There was like a lot of questions around cookies. I mean, we can explain cookies a little bit better if we need to. But so the thing is with a password, right? Let's say you have a longer passphrase or something. It doesn't really matter if you make the password in a way that it has some number with it. That already gives away that there's versions of this password. So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to that password, right? So what hackers would do as well is they would try those different combinations of passwords, especially if you have a date. That's why people giving their birthdays away or things like that is sometimes very bad, because people construct passwords. Like if you think about those three little, it's a very bad way. Not a lot of websites still do it these days, but it asks you those three little password hints. And those password hints are always the same. What's your mother's maiden name? Which city did you meet your wife? All of those things, though, right? If I know somebody well enough, I can guess I can figure that out, though, right? Which is why those password hints are really bad, and multi-factor authentication is 100 times better. But if you have a password like that has a number with it, or something that I could guess and change something in the password, obviously that's where a password manager comes in, because you've got nothing to remember but one password, one master password that unlocks your vault, so to say. And then every other website, it just uses the password manager. You obviously have to disable the built-in password manager on your browser, right? And nobody should use the built-in password managers. They're bad, because you are storing your passwords somewhere where you go and read the TNCs. You don't have control with where those passwords sit, how you use it, whatever. So rather just, I mean, I like Bitwarden. Bitwarden is dirt cheap.
Listen,
you even have to pay for it.
Give us some freebies here. Bitwarden paid for, or like, is it?
Bitwarden has a free version. You don't have to have the paid for version. I have a paid for version because I've got a family plan, so I got my parents and whatever on it.
Okay, cool.
They all have their own vaults, but I mean, the nice thing about it is at least, people don't store their password in a text file somewhere on their PC, because that's bad. Do you know what Google Docs are?
No. What's Google Docs?
Google Docs. Google Docs is a geeky term for manipulating the Google search, that it searches stuff that people would normally not search for. It's not illegal, right? It's just people store stuff in a dumb way, like password.xls or password.txt or password.doc or something like that, right? Yeah. And then they go and store those things in a folder that they've shared to the internet, and then Google goes and indexes the stuff. So if you go and tell Google to search all of like the OneDrive links or all of the Google Drive links or something like that, where it finds the password.txt file, you would find people's password files. Not so fun anymore. Like 10 years ago, a lot of cool stuff you could find like that. People are getting slightly better. But I mean, there's other websites that shows these things as well, like other search engines that's built around surfacing stuff on the internet that Google can't kind of like get you.
Yeah. I think Aurora Light says, yeah, you can sue them for if they leak your information. But I think the problem with that is how would you prove that, for example, Google, because I mean, obviously you go like, it was on Dropbox and they can just go, well, we didn't do it. I mean, it's not
but
like...
if you put it on Dropbox and you made that Dropbox links accessible to anybody with the link, then
So yeah,
that's
they can
on
just
you,
go,
right?
yeah, no, of course. Yeah.
Now, talking about information, did you see the Ashley Madison hack in 2015?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
Ashley
I think there was
Madison.
it was actually,
Like
yeah, no,
the-
that's Madison. There was
it's
the
like
adult,
some
it was
like
like
a
OnlyFans.
dating site or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically Tinder for adults who can't
It was like
somehow...
before Tinder because I don't think there was like a
Yeah.
mobile app. Ashley Madison was like the
No,
website,
no.
like
Yeah, I remember.
Facebook for dating, or I guess, or whatever. But the thing is, though,
yeah, it wasn't
not
dating.
like
It was like
Facebook, but I
Ashley
mean-
Madison. Ashley Madison was literally going. Their entire vibe was if you're married and you feel like cheating, Ashley Madison's
yeah, it's
the
kind of
vibe.
like where you go.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the
They had a
social
massive
media
hack.
circle for that, though, right? I mean, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
Ashley
yeah.
Madison was.
Yeah,
So when they got hacked, right, the
That was
information
massive,
leaked out. It was amazing because at the time the hackers uploaded the database that they've dumped to text onto the dark web, and we could download it. Like, this is 10 years ago, dude. Downloading 13, 14 gigs 10 years ago, like, was like a lot. But I mean, then you had like these massive text files, and if you had a way of manipulating it and searching it, you could kind of like see all the different email addresses. So the first thing you go and do is like search all your known email addresses in there, like see this guide work or that guide work or whatever has it. Probably go and search your wife or search your husband or whoever got access to this stuff, right? But if you just go and like look at all the mail domains, you could start seeing how many people were using like what I'm guessing is their work emails. A couple of banks, couple of whatever, like, at so-and-so.co.za, whatever. That was hilarious, right? But what this hacker group did, they wrote a phishing website that appealed to the wives of the potential cheating husbands. And they said, hey, do you want to check if your husband was in the Ashley Madison files? Put in all his details here. Put in his first name, last name, his ID number, whatever. And what did the hackers do? Like, they were getting people's personal information.
what are you doing?
Everything okay there,
Sorry,
Doc?
that's for Reese.
Reese is
concerned
you guys have
that he's not alive.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah.
I'm talking on Discord.
We have a chat, bitch.
I can't comment via Streamlabs. I have to open up YouTube in order to comment.
What do you mean you can't comment via Streamlabs? There's like the chat.
There's no shit for me to.
What? No, this at the bottom. There should be a typey thing.
There's nothing for me.
Oh. Okay, well, I mean, you can just open a YouTube page. Jesus.
But it's such a mission.
Oh my God. Listen, there's a guy who's like a professional like thing, and you're bitching about opening a second.
I'm not bitching. I'm just telling you I can't comment.
Fine.
Listen,
No, you can. Okay.
Can we not bicker in front of the guest? Really?
I'm sorry. I just started it though.
Just look away. Look
away afterwards. Right? And you can beat me secretly when they don't hear.
I want to get to the question. I can't remember.
Yeah, sorry.
Asked it now. George, I think, asked the VPN question. We'll talk about that. And I see Andre, I'm missing like a lot of the ad questions, but Andre's asking, Unix is a bit expensive for home server. Andre, depends on why you're asking. Like, what do you want to do with Unix for a home server?
Yeah.
With not having like all the answers or like all the context to your question, I would think Unix or some Linux-based operating system could be a good enough for a home server because it'll always run like on older hardware with less overhead than Windows would. So what do I use?
Do you use like the thing that you're on right now? Is that a Windows PC or like Linux?
Windows PC.
Okay, so Windows is I mean it's But
my desktop I'm using Windows, but it's because I'm gaming whatever. But then we do have a home server, and the home server is running. So if you want to get really geeky, it runs something called Proxmox, which is a virtualization technology, and I can run like multiple different things on top of that. So it's got Windows virtual machines and Linux virtual machines and all kinds of things. So, Red Hat does still exist, Mark. Red Hat does. Do you want to talk about VPN? There was a question
Yes,
whether
let's talk
VPN
about
will work
VPN,
or not.
Sorry, George. We are getting to it. We are
I'm
like,
not gonna
listen.
forget.
Anybody ask a question? Please ask a question. If you guys have any questions, just like we'll try and address them. Darth Sean's going to try and remember them, and then we're going to So anything you want to ask,
Proxmox,
the
100%.
professional. What is Proxmox? So Proxmox is that's the sort of the networking part that you can install.
Way to explain it, right?
Yeah.
What do you run on Windows?
Yeah. Oh, Windows and Mac.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a Windows
machines.
Sorry.
You've got two PCs. Two machines.
Well,
one's a Windows machine. One's a Mac machine.
Well, I got like 4. So like my TV server I run. It's like, bro. Like actually, I should tell you about this quickly. So I've got the first. No. This is like you're gonna go. How in the fuck is this working? I have a machine I built in 2004. Right. It's a Celeron 2. I don't know.
Wow.
It's like the piece of shit. Right. It's absolute. I've kept this thing and it's on 24 hours a day. I've replaced the power supply since 2004, maybe 3 times. It's got 4 gigs of RAM, and I run. The only thing I use it for is to run my Plex, and to get some content from the high seas. That's all it does, and it just functions. And I don't know why it hasn't died. But obviously, the issue I have is if I open more than 3 web pages and I try and scroll down, it hasn't, like a pulmonary heart attack. So it fucks out. But I mean, I just want to brag
20
about.
years old. I mean, before we move on, Ronaldo had a question where he says, "Is LastPass good, or do we stay away from?" So LastPass is bad in my opinion, and I'll tell you guys why.
Why
should we stay away from password apps? No, there are good password apps out there. I use Bitwarden. Bitwarden doesn't look pretty, but it serves its purpose, and I moved away from LastPass to Bitwarden for a reason. OnePass looks quite good as well. It's a bit more expensive, like $5 a month or something. Again, it's not that expensive. I'm just saying. Apple also has their own one. If you're only living in an Apple ecosystem, I guess it's not bad. But if you want to have password agnostic across the systems, then I like Bitwarden. Why I don't like LastPass?
Why?
LastPass was breached a couple of years ago. They got breached in about August of the year. They kept quiet about the breach. Then they broke some news about it. Then everybody asked questions. Then they got breached again, like in November. And then what happened is the detail around the breach came out. Is one of the developers used the same secret keys or encryption keys for the developer vaults as the production vault. So his developer vault detail kind of like leaked out or something, right? Lord. And then these guys got access to the vault. But then the way how LastPass put the message across, they're like, don't worry, your passwords are locked in the vault, your passwords are safe, that can't be decrypted. That was the first lie. The second lie is they didn't really tell people what exactly leaked out, because if I leak out somebody's database with like 1 million usernames in it, okay?
Yeah.
And like your username has like multiple websites you log on to. Now I know exactly what websites you have access to and what email address you use. And if I can link those 2 things to a company, I can craft phishing emails to you.
Yeah, of course.
One. That's what leaked out in the August hack, right? But then in the November hack, what leaked out is that the encryption keys was the same, which essentially means nobody needed to decrypt the vault. They had the keys to the vault. So what they should have done was tell people to go and change all their passwords.
Sorry,
and they kind of like didn't.
Use encrypted cloud service, and before upload I encrypt the file
Cryptopia,
first. Use YubiKey instead of passwords if possible.
Do you need me to read it for you?
No. So what happens is you guys can't hear it. Like what happens is during the stream, anybody donating over X amount, it does the thing where it reads the message.
TTS.
So it's basically TTS. Yeah, that's exactly what Cryptopia are. So sorry, it's like, and while you're talking, you've got him talking plus the TTS happening, but you can't hear the TTS, and I don't know how to fix it. Just
use a little sign. Like if you do the peace sign to me, then I know. Cool.
Okay, cool. Off. There we go.
There's 2 voices in Mork's head.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. No, so but also I think it's also it's also for the people watching, because they hear both voices and you guys don't hear the fucking TTS. Which
No. Yeah, we don't want to. confuse everybody.
No,
There's enough voices going around.
I wanted you guys to be heard as well. Anyway, sorry, carry on, Whistler.
So what Crocotopia is saying is use encrypted cloud service. Before I upload, I encrypt the file first. I use a YubiKey instead of passwords if possible. So hardware tokens are really good. Hardware tokens is something you have. Think about like a memory stick, but it's not a memory stick. It's got like a special chip on it that kind of like has to be paired to that machine, and it becomes like another factor in a way.
Oh, okay. So it's almost like
security,
like a crypto password.
Similar to that, but if you think about like in the movies where they have to walk up to like a safe and then they put in like 2 keys and they turn the keys.
I love that.
Something like that, almost. There's more than two voices in Mork's head.
There is. Trust me. What? No. I won't do that. What? So wait. Like, we got a bit derailed. So we went from we skipped over. I think we skipped over VPN.
We need to go back to VPN.
Let's go back to let's begin at VPNs quickly.
George's question was: are VPNs good or not?
Yeah,
VPN is good, right? But I need to ask you the question: is why are you using a VPN? Why do you think you need to use a VPN? Because a VPN isn't the silver bullet, okay? So, like, I'm not asking this to George, I'm asking this to everybody. So let's talk about this because a lot of people say to me, I'm using a VPN, I'm good. People can't see what I'm doing. It's like, you don't quite know how VPN works.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, what exactly does the VPN do? It stops other people from seeing your information. No.
It stops some other people from seeing your information. So if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Think about like you reading your email, okay? On Gmail, okay?
Yeah.
You reading your email is another location within Cape Town, okay?
Yeah.
You need to drive to that location in Cape Town to go and read your email. Then you go and fetch your mail and you go back to your home and you read your email, okay? That's how you communicate on the internet, sending and receiving.
Yeah.
All that a VPN does is it kind of like tints your car's windows. I can't quite see that it's Mork that's doing that, but I know something's happening, okay?
Yeah, but
if
they
I
don't know where
break into it, I'll just break your window. But I mean, a VPN kind of like only hides you from some things. Like it hides you from your ISP. So your ISP doesn't know quite what you're doing because I'm now driving to the Shell garage first. And that's what your ISP does. And then when I get to the Shell garage, I put up my window tint. And then I'm driving to my email. Then I go back to the Shell garage, take the window tint down, and then I go to my house. So all that your ISP sees, the Shell garage, it sees that one little bit that you are talking to somebody. It doesn't see whatever else you're doing because you put your tint up, right? The challenge is people think that I'm protected with a VPN. What a VPN doesn't protect you from is if you're clicking on links that's malicious, if you're getting a virus or whatever. It just hides your traffic from your immediate next peer, which is your ISP. That sees what you're doing, whatever. Yes, VPN gives you the ability to geolocate you somewhere else. You can go and watch some US Netflix or whatever. Not all VPNs work because Netflix and Disney Plus and whatever is getting clever. They kind of like know the IP ranges and things as well. But I mean, that's just the one aspect that a VPN kind of like protects you from. If you really want to be anonymous, it becomes really, really hard because like I said, what are you trying to protect yourself from? Is it good to use a VPN? Yes. Should you use a VPN from home? Depends on what you want to do. But in generally, no. But should you use a VPN when you're sitting at Mug and Bean or sitting in the airport and you're using public Wi-Fi? Definitely yes.
Okay.
Because there you want to hide. Because the moment the traffic leaves your computer, your tint's up, right? Because the network at the airport or the network at Mug and Bean won't see what it is that you're doing. And that's really where you want to protect yourself. You want to protect yourself from somebody eavesdropping, sitting in Mug and Bean, waiting for Mork to connect to his Gmail to steal his cookies.
Okay.
You can't do that because there's a secure channel between your PC now and the VPN, right?
Can I pose a hypothetical quickly? So hypothetically, right? Say my girlfriend works at like an ISP, and I want to go onto OnlyFans because there's a chick I want to like check out. Would VPN stop her from seeing that I'm going to OnlyFans to go send money to some random chickie?
Just DM me what you want me to say. Yes or no?
No, like legit real. Will it?
Yes, it will. No, it will.
Okay. There we go. Cool.
Your ISP won't be able to see what it is what you're doing.
Okay.
But OnlyFans will still know that you're coming from somewhere.
Exactly.
So you're not completely
Exactly,
hidden from the internet now, whatever, right? Because you have
and your
to.
profile is
you have
already
to-
connected to your profile, the profile that you, because it means like you can't access OF without, hypothetically now, we're just using OF as an example to like just talk about some of the stuff. OF still has your profile, your username. The only thing that gets removed from the equation is your IP address, correct? That you still have to, you can't log in without a profile. But
I know this, and I can't tell you how I know this. Not on stream. I'll tell you off stream. Mute the chat. So I know that porn houses, let's call it that, or porn websites, the porn apps of the worlds and whatever, right?
Yeah.
They profile you when you browse their websites. So it doesn't matter how you connect to them, whether you're using this VPN, that VPN, Mug and Beans internet, Ronaldo's hotel internet, doesn't really matter, right? They know who you are based on the computer you're coming from, because your browser identifies itself to the internet. That's called a header. And there's a lot you can do with a header that they profile you based on your header, where you come from, and all kinds of things. So when it becomes to really being anonymous, and like I said, it's really hard. It's not impossible, but you need to get to that 99% of anonymity.
Yes.
That's one thing that gives you away. So hackers and people can do that because they know where you're coming from. By you clicking on the link, they know exactly what device you used, not necessarily where you're coming from. Chips, the damn. I didn't see the last part. I'm renting porn from the hotel directly. You see, that's the best way. It doesn't go. But
they're charging it as something different on the credit card, so his wife doesn't see. So it's all good.
Coming through as hamburgers.
Like extra snacks.
Yeah. I mean,
so basically,
you have 17 hamburgers, Ronaldo. You were there for 4 days.
Yeah, in one night. What are you eating?
Costs 300 grand.
Why is the hamburger's nickname Vicky?
But
or Champagne Cristal?
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So there's ways. So if you really want to be anonymous, like if we talk about like, hey, on your laptop, my recommendation is obviously use a VPN, especially when you're in public. Use a password manager and don't. Yeah,
okay, wait. Just on that, what would you recommend as a good VPN? I mean, like Surfshark.
There's a few. Surfshark's very popular amongst the internet crowd. Like a lot of people are sponsored with Surfshark content and stuff. Here's what I would look into, and we can actually quickly just check with ChatGPT because I don't know all of them off by heart. What you would want to care about here is I'm using CyberGhost. And the only reason why I'm using it, CyberGhost gave me two things. One, they gave me like a really good deal on Black Friday, and I got like 2 years access for the price of 3 months. But CyberGhost at the time gave me the most breakout points, meaning I can put myself anywhere around the world, even in the weirdest of places.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we use that for testing certain security measures and things like that. So if I'm coming in from like, I'm saying really weird, I'm talking like Iran, North Korea, like those level weird places.
Okay.
Yeah. I have like some pop there, right? That's the reason why I'm using them. If I had to go and buy something now and recommend something to somebody now, if you have like nothing, give Proton a consideration, because Proton gives you like a Proton Pass or something. It'll give you the password manager, it gives you the VPN functionality, and it gives you like a few things for Proton. So that's not bad. And Proton does have good privacy protection or whatever, where they will protect your privacy. I mean, somebody might still subpoena you. You never know, but I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, so I mean, we've obviously get like a good password manager, and obviously you've mentioned that. Bitwarden, use a good
Bitwarden,
VPN.
OnePass, they're all good ones.
Yeah.
One of the VPN techs out there. Private internet access is not bad. Surfshark's not bad. Very popular on the internet. Just look at the fine print.
Yeah.
Why I'm saying look at the fine print is make sure you don't have a VPN service where they store IP information, store logs, or where those things can be subpoenaed.
Okay.
That's what
I
you
get
want
what
to
you're
look
saying,
for.
yeah.
I'm not
Whistler,
saying you want to use it for like bad, but I mean,
Natasha wants
Sorry.
to know, will incognito mode not assist with the header information?
to some degree.
But I mean, does that
I
even
can
work?
talk to you guys about header information.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that real quick. Okay, so the next point that I had is like, being secure online is spoke about VPN, spoke about passwords. Use different browsers for different purposes.
That's what I do. I do that.
3 or 4 browsers on your PC.
Oh my God, I totally do that. I recommend that to people. I've got work browser, I've got home browser, I've got
porn browser, exactly. Everything
separate.
I
mean, I've got high seas browser. Got my high seas
I don't
browser,
know what high
and I'm just
seas
like,
browser is, but I mean,
no, it's just high seas browser. It's like when you're out on the ocean and Captain Jack Sparrow's with you, and you guys are drinking rum, you got nothing to watch, you're just out on the high seas, and you're just looking for things.
I just use incognito for that, but okay.
Does it work though? I mean, like, listen, like, so the vibe with incognito, does it actually function?
It does. What does incognito do? You know when I said when you log in and like you log into your Facebook or your Gmail or YouTube and you close your browser and you open that up, those cookies are persistent, right? So the cache on your PC is still there. The cookies are still active. What incognito does is with that session with your incognito browser, those cookies and stuff that gets generated stays inside that session. If you close that incognito instance down, it kind of like trashes all of those things as well, right?
Oh, okay,
now again, it really depends on what you want to do, and we can go into depth of that. Is can I get your cookies back? Yes, I can, depending on if I steal your laptop. What can I do with all those things? There's various ways to recover data off machines. But again, it depends on what the motivation for it is, right? But doing different browsers is a good thing, because if a browser gets compromised, right, you are also possibly only leaking whatever that browser has in it.
Yes.
So do your banking on this, but do your Facebook on something else or whatever, right?
Yeah,
that's my recommendation. The other thing is, and to Natasha's point is, does it hide your where you're coming from? There's one or two plugins you can use that allows you to manipulate your browser, because they would know exactly what PC you're coming from, right? So as an example, if you browse to a malicious website or a potentially malicious website, even though it's a forum you're browsing, you're thinking you're reading some interesting, juicy stuff or whatever it is. And we had somebody the other day wanting to test something, and they Googled how to do fake legal documents. But what they really wanted to do is they were looking for a mock legal document to test something, so that if I put a legal document in this folder, does it automatically classify it as legal? And then I can't repurpose that document for something else because it was classified as legal, right? But the way how Google interpreted it, it took them down some other wrong website. And by just browsing that website knows where you're coming from. It knows your browser. It sees, oh, you're from Windows 10. That's why if you have like an old PC still running Windows 7, that's how people know. Or Windows 8, that's how people know that you're coming from a potentially vulnerable machine, because that service sees where you might be using Chrome, but using Chrome on Windows 7. So they know how to target you, right? So there's ways of hiding that. There's a plugin. I need to check for its name now. There's a plugin we use to manipulate our browser header.
We've got also a very important question. There's a very important question from Rip from Janberg. He says, why does Instagram keep showing him women in bikinis? Obviously, he's been hacked, right, Whistler?
Wow. We don't know. What did you search beforehand? Rick?
No. So listen, I actually
lingered too long on a particular image.
Like this is what happened to me. This is, I mean, I told the story before. Like, I was on Instagram, and then the one day, like every now and again, somebody, like one of my band friends, sends me like, a hottie picture, right? And I'm like, cool, ha ha ha. And every now and again, I'll see hotties on the thing. Okay, cool. And then the one day, I somehow got a makeup video. I was going like, but what? Like, how? And then like random in the background, there's a little mirror, and you see her nun in the thing. And
I've
then
seen
I was
that
like,
now
oh
on
my.
Instagram, hey? And then
No, no,
they
dude, so
want
like,
you. That's like their OnlyFans page or something.
yeah. So like,
Like how they add for their
yeah, exactly. Then you click on their thing, and then they're like, so like me, I was just going like, oh my god, this is cock funny. And then I started sharing that with like my wife, and I sent it to my friend Jess, and I sent it to Darth Sean. I'm like, oh my god, look what the hoes are doing on
Yeah, and now my
on
fucking
Instagram too.
Instagram is filled
Now
with
my
this shit.
feed is just
Yeah.
absolute gutter trash. It's just like I'm going,
Yeah.
oh Lord, no, don't even look. It's just disgusting. I need to kind of like reset it now or something.
I just another question on the VPN.
Yes.
So, is there, because I'm a Jew and I don't like spending money, is there any like good free VPNs?
Good question.
Free
Just for
Nothing
like
VPN
those
in
people
life
that
is
don't
for
have budget.
free.
I mean, I can
God.
barely fucking afford.
I mean,
Netflix.
Darstron can't even afford Netflix. So I
Yeah.
mean, like, do you have a like a?
I don't
shaking
know,
head,
but
no?
I'm willing to go and check,
If
and
you
then
don't
we can
mind,
give
just
feedback
curiosity,
somewhere.
yeah,
But
yeah.
here's the thing, though, right? Nothing in life for free.
Of
In this
course.
case, you're definitely the product because they are going to be
Yeah.
harvesting whatever it is that you're doing, wherever you're browsing, whatever, and the next moment you're being targeted, all
I
your
mean,
information is
I'm a
being
very
sold off or something.
simplistic
So I'd be
person,
scared
so
of
like
free
they
VPNs.
can. I mean, honestly, like they can take all my data and send me phishing emails. That shit never works on me. Ever.
One day it's
And like
gonna work.
today, I got someone. You've got a parcel. Click this link to get the
I
details.
love
It's like,
those though.
I just
Hey,
go
wait,
fuck yourself.
I was
That's
always
my
sorry.
response.
I've got a technical question. Is it wise to reply? Because I always want to reply to when somebody
No.
sends you this idiot. Don't reply.
Actually,
Okay.
that's a good question, right? And Reese always used to reply as well because what Reese does is she goes and like number checks it in Truecaller, and then the Truecaller comes up as like some other name, and she's like, you're not this guy, you're this guy in Truecaller or whatever. The problem with that is then they know that this account exists because SMS is very basic, right? There's very little feedback on the SMS side that it was actually delivered once it's been sent.
Yes.
On those mass senders and stuff.
Don't
So
respond then. Okay.
yeah, and they want to
So don't
use it to
respond.
basically just call you, like just basically send you like, oh, okay, cool, this is an active. That's why you get the robot calls because it calls you.
I go for it.
No. So like, I mean, that's the vibe with the robot calls, right? Because like back in the day, you'd get somebody, a salesperson would phone you, and you go not interested. Now they've gone okay, cool. So now you get like 2-3 robot calls, and all it does is as soon as you answer, it hangs up, and then later on the day, some dude phones you and goes, "Hey,
no, this is valid."
Yeah,
This guy's
exactly.
picking up random numbers. So, and the problem with that is though, right? And this is what I do: is sometimes I have to pick up the call because Truecaller doesn't quite tell me what it is. Then I pick up the call.
Yeah.
What I do is, and what helps, but helps for like 2 or 3 weeks, is if they're phoning me for car insurance, I just lost my job. If they're phoning me for like home insurance, I'm immigrating to Amsterdam. If they're phoning about cybersecurity stuff, I own a restaurant. I don't know what cybersecurity. Am I hacked? What is this? And they're like, "Are you not so and so from so and so?" I'm like, "No, I own a restaurant. I work in a restaurant. I cook." They're like, "Oh, we're so sorry,"
bitch.
right? And they leave me alone for 3 weeks. But dude, LinkedIn is probably the worst culprit. Yeah,
LinkedIn.
if I have time.
I mean, I'm not on LinkedIn. I can't stand LinkedIn.
My favorite is I've got this company and they
I have
phone
to
me
use
every
it.
couple of months or so, and I enjoy taking their call. It's like some sort of American company, and they're always trying to get me involved in some sort of stocks.
Oh, dude, but that's what I do. I do the thing where I waste their time.
Yeah.
And then
like I'll phone, I'm assuming you sound very interested, and then all of a sudden my call cuts out.
And then they phone you back.
No, then they put the phone down and then you know you're like pissed on their battery. But I mean, and if you have the time, then yes, waste their time by all means. Natasha's comment is same for unsubscribe link. People must be careful. That's actually a good point, right?
Really? I didn't know that.
Dude, we saw a phishing email where the actual compromised URL was the unsubscribe link.
Oh, yeah.
And again, right? Have you driven? I don't know if it's the same in Cape Town CBD, right? But certainly Joburg CBD, every rubbish bin has one of those penis enlargement stickers on it, right? No, some number for some enlargement stuff happening, right? those things used to be emails as well, where you like, you literally sending 5 million emails. You just need 1% of the people to click on that link, dude. You need 1% of the people to click on that unsubscribe link, and then they do whatever they have. They do whatever they can. And the problem is, if you have a machine that's not like all the latest updates, your passwords aren't like all the same everywhere, whatever. If there's some browser exploit where it's like a one-click exploit, obviously the zero-click exploits are the worst, right? Because you don't need to do anything. I can just compromise you. But those one-click exploits, those things are the worst. And you can do that with this. I can walk past you, tap your phone, walk away, and your phone's like, oh, click on this link. And when you click on that link, I can steal some stuff from your browser.
But so what is that?
The flipper.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I keep seeing the TikTok videos for the flipper, but I mean, like, what exactly does it do? Like, I mean, just I keep seeing it and it does stuff. I saw a video where the guy was driving and he plugs in like this aerial shit to it and he's just driving and then it just. But what is he doing? Is he just finding network?
Think about this as a Swiss Army knife with some. I don't know if hacking is the right term, but some Swiss Army knife with some cybersecurity capabilities. But physical security, more physical security type of stuff. So like, I can emulate remotes. I can clone remotes. I can clone access cards. I can these buttons to access buildings.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. So that could you use that? Is that what you recommend? Not recommend. Fuck me.
Yes, I recommend doing.
No, but I mean, is that what a lot of the guys use for? Like, because I've seen these videos before. Like, for example, I know Recon One posts a lot about this on X. Is like a lot of like the farm attacks, shit like that, where you'll see them. I think there was one photo that made the rounds where this guy, but like that's not this. They've got like a signal jammer so people can't call. But I mean, this is the type of tech you can buy to, for example, shut down someone's internet access or some stuff like that if that's what maliciously they want to do.
So this thing is a Wi-Fi pineapple, right? This shirt that I have, this is the Wi-Fi pineapple logo. I'm not into swinging. I know pineapple is the swinging logo.
I think it's like pineapple on pizza. I thought that was you trying to tell everybody.
No, well,
like,
pineapple always goes on pizza, but this is a Wi-Fi pineapple. This is like a 20-year-old.
Ending the stream. I'm just ending the stream right now. This is fuck you. This is
demonetized.
So pineapple. Pineapple. What? Sorry, what is it called? Pineapple.
So this is somebody's idea where they took a little router, like travel routers, internet router. You have like a little router at home, right?
Travel router.
We'll talk about that. A very specific model router 20 years ago. You could load custom software on the router. Okay, so what router do you have at home? Like an Asus or a TP-Link
Asus,
or what do you have? Something, right? Now, it doesn't matter what router it is, but one of those routers could load custom software on it. And then that custom software allowed me to manipulate what that router does. And I can then turn that router into like doing stuff that it wasn't necessarily designed to do. Because remember, this is software interfacing with hardware. Okay? This being the hardware, the software on top of here. This does one thing, and it does one thing really good. This steals Wi-Fi data, steals Wi-Fi networks, clones you, whatever, right?
Why do you have
We'll talk about that later. This
classified.
Being a Swiss Army knife, one of those little blades is what this thing does, right? This thing can do that. So I don't have a big antenna with like big external antennas, but this is the Wi-Fi module for this. So when I plug this thing in, then the software on here interfaces with this Wi-Fi board. Then it's got Wi-Fi capabilities, and it does what this thing does.
Oh, hectic.
Right? But on a slightly smaller scale in a very offline way. Like this does it. Like I can go around, mess around with this, come home, assess the data. This, I have to have a laptop or something with me that I can then power up, do some recon, do whatever I want right there and then. This is just a very portable version of it. But with this, I'm not going to say if I have or haven't, but there's a massive, massive community for this thing online where you can download like scripts, other people's like little mini applications and whatever for it. But again, this is a popular weakness. all electric vehicles, whether it's a Tesla or it's a Jaguar E-Pace or any one of those, they all use the same frequency to open up the fuel cap. And that frequency is something that happens the moment you go and park the car to like charge it at like a engine. Or I saw the other day at Rosebank Mall, there's like charging stations in Rosebank Mall. So when you reverse up to the charging station, like the fuel cap flips open. This thing, somebody's gone and programmed this to broadcast that. So I can drive in traffic, push a button, and then like a fuel cap goes open. And then somebody has to like pull over because now the car keeps on beeping because the fuel cap's open and they have to close it, right? So again, very bad because this is how you get people to stop, pull over, like a car, whatever. I'm just saying.
Can you code someone's like, when you get home in the security gate, you got the remote to open up the security gate to get inside. Can you do it with that little thing?
Yes.
There's a remote.
There's a firmware out now, but it's highly, highly, highly gate kept, which is good.
Yeah.
The guys managed to crack the rolling codes on the new modern remotes where it's got a rolling code. And managed to crack it. All I need to do is capture your one action, like locking it or unlocking it.
You lock the door.
If you lock the door and I unlock the door, I've essentially disconnected your remote from the car. You'll have to take your car back in, but then I can unlock and lock your car with it.
But see, the thing is, it's good to know this. It's good to know. I think this is the educational part about it. I'm going, it's good to know that this shit exists, and like, how do you? So if you like, because the other day I was somewhere in Durbanville, and for the first time in my life, I'd have never seen this before, because in town they didn't have this. They probably don't care about it. But there's like, make sure that you're like in the park, like a mini mall somewhere. They had the sign up going, make sure that your remote. Yeah, we can watch out for jammers.
So with this thing, I can sit and then I can jam all remotes, all frequencies, and I sit there and it will broadcast it. Now, if I put the excellent antenna up, not this one, there's a different one for it that works on that frequency, 433 megahertz and 900 megahertz, then it will flood that range. Like I've seen guys open up garage doors from 2 kilometers away with this.
Wow.
And just Whistler, where can I buy that?
You just said maybe you need to buy a VPN first. So then we go.
I feel like with this though, I can get
VPN's
more
not
money.
a problem.
I can buy this, and then by using it, I could
I have
get some merchandise and then sell that.
No, I've got a great idea. I think I can listen. Let's do this, right? Everybody keep quiet about this. So let's do the following. Whistler's going to help us find all the addresses for the politicians. Then we're going to go buy one of those, and we'll take their cars and then
I just need to sell
borrow
one
them and
G-Wagon.
sell them. Yeah, just one G-Wagon, and we'll sell them, and we'll give the money back to the people
Awesome.
they're stealing it from.
For the rest of my life.
Fucking Robin Hood, baby, back! Bring Robin Hood back. We can be a team Robin Hood. Fucking yes.
So
can we do that?
I bought mine from the US, and somebody brought it in for me. Locally in South Africa, they're very expensive. You pay like double the price. These things are like $180 or something. In South Africa, what's $180? Like $336. In South Africa, they're like $6,000, $6,500 somewhere. The guys are crazy bringing them in. Not worth it. But this is a piece of hardware, and it runs different firmwares. There's 2 or 3 guys that make some really good firmware, and then there's some dark web firmware as well, which is like highly gate kept. But it will leak out at some point. But I mean,
what are they like? The dark web firmware.
The dark web firmware has the encryption or the decryption keys for car remotes.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's basically like the only person that can basically then use it is somebody that's stealing cars. But in this country, like, it wouldn't even matter, because the majority of cars are like, they break your window, steal your car while you're in it, and then take your keys. So it's like.
But I mean, if you're in the mall and you see somebody park their car, you record it when they're doing it. They then go back into the mall. You then open up the car,
climb in, and you can start the car and drive away.
People leave stuff in their car as well. That opportunists will find opportunities in ways that we don't necessarily look at it. But there's other cool applications on here as well.
Yeah, sorry, I mean, are you able to use it to like defend from that shit happening?
No, not really. This is an offensive tool. But the cool thing about this is it also creates awareness, though, right? So I did this video at work the other day. to kind of like illustrate the risk of people not keeping their access cards on them the whole time. You know, these building access cards.
Yeah.
Not keeping their access card on them the whole time, right? So what I did is they left the access card on their desk, and then I went and I cloned their card. Then I walked downstairs to the canteen and I bought a Coke using their access card, and I paid for it with this by emulating this card, scan it against the reader, and then I bought a Coke.
Oh my god, I want one.
I went to them and then said, "Hey, next time, put your card around your neck, and then by the way, here's a Coke for you." But and made a video about it, right? But I mean,
that's amazing. That's great.
Then what I did is I challenged one of the ladies that was working in one of our departments that deals with like travel stuff, travel money, whatever. And I said to them, guys, do you leave your cards on your desk? Like, don't. They're like, yeah, but there's access control and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but it's bad. Yeah. And one day they got up and they went to the kitchen and I went to their desk to go and check if their card was there. Oh, before that, I said to her, it's like, okay, give me something that I will go and put in that room for you that you say I can't get into. And then she had like a little teddy thing on her desk. And I'm like, okay, cool. I will go and put that teddy. That's my challenge. I will go and put that teddy in this room you say I can't get into. And then I went, swiped a card, opened up that room, put the teddy in, closed the room, and like waited for them to come back and then said to her, right, where's your teddy?
Okay, so, I honestly think.
And the point I was trying to make there is they leave stuff lying around.
Yeah.
Even in companies. So this is one of those points where we are using red team, black hat tactics to show somebody right here, right now, the risk that you are doing. Let me show you how I'm doing this in front of your eyes, like magic, right?
Yeah.
That's how you sometimes get people to just believe like, oh shit, I shouldn't do that.
This is real. Yeah, of course.
Credit cards. If you scan a bank card, right, and we can probably do it. I can just hide some of the detail. Let me show you what a bank card does.
Hectic.
Challenge with a bank card is though, right? Bank cards have that number at the back of it, that CVV number, right?
Yeah.
Those three. Where's my bank card?
What's this?
There's three numbers at the back, right? So
I'll just show it on the screen for us.
No, so fine. You can.
Such a knob.
So there's my bank card, right? You can't see the rest of it, but there's my bank card, right?
Yeah.
Can't see the back of the bank card. Now I'm going to show you. Now, what people are saying is like, oh, when I scan this card, you don't get the CVV because you don't. I get everything but your CVV. But do you know how many websites don't need the CVV to buy stuff? And one of them is Amazon.
Oh, hectic. No, but
I can buy stuff off Amazon without your CVV number. All I need to do is walk past you and scan your bank card.
I mean, sorry, seeing as we're on this trail, what is your thoughts behind, for example, like the phones that have Apple Pay, shit like that, where you put your credit card in? Is that because I mean, also that noticed
much safer.
Much safer,
much safer.
So wait. So wait. You're talking about the one where I scan the card into.
Yeah.
Tap to pay with your phone or tap to pay with your watch.
Is it safer?
It's safer. It's safer. There's some explanation about it because it apparently doesn't use like your card. It creates a duplicate number or something.
Creates like an encrypted version of your card, and it uses Apple Pay and Google Pay does it slightly differently, but both ways are secure. But it creates an encrypted version of your card, and then what it does is, when the payment transaction needs to happen, right, that same encryption that the bank then tries to say, hey, is this your card? It kind of like says, does that encrypted key and this encrypted key kind of like match? It does something similar to that. There's a nice diagram that explains it, but it's not a simple way to explain, but kind of like at no point in time is your actual detail offered up to the card. And this card is passively activated. So like when you bring a reader close to it, it kind of like excites the card and it broadcasts something, right? Whereas, well, that's what it does because it doesn't have battery in it. So the reader charges the card up and then it broadcasts something. Whereas your phone doesn't do that unless you tell your phone, you tell your watch, hey, I want to pay. Yeah. You put it into payment mode, and then it has like a slightly different way of like how it handshakes and validates the card, but it never shares your detail. But this thing, you can't really see this, right? But I mean, This thing has something
I
there that
see.
says read.
Read, read electronic today.
If I want to try and do it that you can, no, let me do it here, then you can hear it. I'm
Yeah,
going to click on read.
Yeah?
Did you hear the beep?
Yeah. So now it's read the card information.
And,
I always don't read it out loud.
no. So I don't know if you can see it says, no, it doesn't show, but it shows Visa card, whatever.
I want to get one of those.
It shows it on there. I know the currency, I know the expiration date of the card, I know who the card belongs to, I know everything except for the CVV. But like I said, I don't need the CVV.
Yeah, of course. You can, like, there are options where you can.
And what people buy is they buy vouchers. By the time the bank figures out what's happened, those vouchers have been claimed, used, gone.
Wow. Sorry, and so your thoughts on the other thing is like the thing with, because I noticed this thing, the vibe is, what is this?
There's a lot of things we're talking about.
No, but I mean, like, no, so like the thing with your, like, I know with the new bank cards, it's like you can do a transaction that you don't have to put a PIN in for, I think it is under like,
have to pay, like under a couple $100 bucks,
yeah, a couple of $100 where you can say but again, obviously the issue would be is like, obviously you'd have to fraudulently, if people are going to moan, it's all going to come back to whoever took out that machine, and you can't just get one of those machines. You have to register with Visa to buy, or the bank to get a digital, beep 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 thing, that, like, what do you call it, receiver,
like one of those little, like payment pebble or whatever it's called. These little,
Yoko,
like the Yokos or whatever.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't think that's necessarily how they're going to steal it. But if I have your credit card, and I haven't tried to replay a card at a normal reader. I'll actually try that sometime. I'll capture my card, then go and emulate the card in a normal reader by tapping this thing to see if that'll tap. But if that taps, I could essentially pay for small amounts. But you rather want to buy something where I know I'm never going to be prompted for a PIN, because above a certain value you might be prompted for a PIN, right?
Exactly.
But buy vouchers on Amazon and then use that voucher somewhere else. I can do that very quickly, and then that money's gone.
Yeah. I get you.
How are you going to prove that you didn't buy it? It becomes difficult.
No, that does become difficult, because the thing is, like, you could, because I was thinking, like, what if you were a smart criminal, you could, get one of the Yoko things, but you can't just sign up for that for free. They're going to go, okay, well, you went to the waterfront and there's like, 76 purchases of like, $200, and it's just you walking past people's wallets and just holding a little machine, like, that could, oh wait, there's a transaction that no one noticed. It's more
beneficial to sell credit card information than to use it actually like that. I could go and sell, because
sorry guys, Willow asked, is there something you can add to your wallet or purse that blocks that?
I think Slippery Pickle said something about a Faraday cage wallet. I've heard about this.
You get RFID blockers and stuff inside that you can put in your wallet, like a little RFID sleeve, or it looks like a bank card, but it's actually an RFID card. How those cards work is there's nice ones and then there's like really nice ones. The really nice ones are cool. When you bring something close to it that like wants to read something, the card acts like a bank card, and then it like broadcasts like garbage, and it kind of like stops you from, because you don't know kind of like what you need to read now, because now everything's just broadcasting, right? So that is a good thing. My recommendation is, if you can pay with your phone or with your watch, don't carry bank cards on you.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even carry my bank card anywhere. Yeah. I don't.
And these days, I've probably been paying like tap to pay for maybe 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah, about the same.
Maybe in the first year that I did it, here and there, like something didn't want to work well, like, Woolies doesn't accept it or something.
Yeah.
Not really had an issue where the one doesn't work. And if my watch doesn't want to work, then I just pay with the phone. Tap the phone. Sometimes the watch doesn't want to work.
There's a tunnel between there's a tunnel in Paarl. You go from Paarl, Cape Town to Worcester. There's they're charging cars 60 Rand, for the toll, and they still haven't gotten the thingy. You have to take a card. It's really annoying.
Yeah. And I mean, I see Leon's comment there, but again, right, you never know what somebody puts down there, right? You can put a phone down there, that's on video, and all you do is you take the card, you do this, you do that with the card, and then you swipe it, and then you've taken a 4K video or a high resolution video, and you've got the front and the back of somebody's card. There's various ways of stealing cards like that.
Yeah. I used to always get annoyed when I handed my like when I go to I remember back in the day, like a few years ago before the phone thing, like I'd go to Pick and Pay and they go like, when I go buy something, and then the chick's like, no, give me the card. I'm like, no, I'm not giving you my credit card. Like, just give me the machine. I can do it myself. That annoyed me.
Very much like how it was in the US. I saw Crocotopia's question is, does the reader work on a biometric passport? I think I've checked this. I know you can scan a dog. Like if your dog has a chip, you can scan the dog's chip. Just has like a long serial number. There's nothing on it. Let's see quickly.
I used to think that you could use those RFID chips, or it's almost like a sort of a ping, like a radar vibe, but it doesn't. I was like, why would you want to do that then?
Well, it's not. I don't know if the South African passports has it. It's not NFC. Okay, so it's not NFC. Let's see if it's.
Adrian, does all these scams work on all bank cards or only on Capitec cards?
Unfortunately, all bank cards. Clever one. But Capitec's had a few cases of people being scammed, right? I don't know if the South African passport has it, but it's not beeping.
Okay.
I'm disappointed now.
Your passport is dom. Swiss ons dom pass. Swiss and dom pass. That's true. Okay, that's fascinating. I mean, I still want to ask you, what's your most favorite browser? Because I know a lot of people go Brave, but what would you, as a IT professional, what's your go-to browser?
Brave is good. Depending on what I'm using it for most of my security stuff, my go-to browser is Firefox.
Okay. I love Firefox, yeah.
But most of the plugins and stuff that I use actually works in Firefox. There used to be this plugin, it doesn't exist anymore. And it was at a time where I was a green hat or a blue hat. Which way would you put that?
Where's a green hat?
Green hat.
Green you're new.
Hat.
You're new to the scene.
Yeah, so when you're a green hat, it's like when you're a novice. You're new, you're still learning, whatever. You haven't really found your way yet. But it's also where you have like script kiddies. It's when you're starting to play out and you kind of like have to figure out how to pick a lock, or you figure out something, right? So it was at a time where I traveled a lot, and I had an earlier version than what this one is. This one now does like multiple different Wi-Fi's and all kind of stuff. But I was at the airport, and what you could do is, if you had a 3G card or something at the time, you would put the 3G card in there, and then that thing would simulate all the airport Wi-Fi's. And it sounds complicated, but what you do is you do like a wireless deauth. So what you do is you tell all the wireless lines that's in the vicinity to just reconnect to the Wi-Fi. But when they reconnect, you kind of like do it in a way that they rather reconnect to you than reconnecting back to the actual magazine Wi-Fi, and then you kind of like route all their traffic through you, right? There was this plugin for Firefox that would then automatically grab all the cookies. But this was at a time where, HTTPS, when you log in, it shows HTTPS with like a little padlock and stuff in the browser. It was before those things was a thing, right? So Facebook, everything just had HTTP, www, Facebook.com, right? But then all the session tokens would come up, and you can click on a session token and it opens up that person's browser. That's how weak the security was for Facebook, like 2008, 2009, right? And then, I mean, at the time, it's bad now. I'm not proud of it. But at that time, you would like, oh, this is so fun, right? So you click on some guy's profile and you go and change his relationship status to it's complicated, or you unmarry him, or whatever the case might be, right? And you don't care. You get on your plane and you fly to your destination. Meanwhile, some guys' relationships is on the rocky road because of what I did. But I mean, that's how easy it was, then. It's now getting a little bit harder, a little bit more sophisticated, but not impossible, because this tech is getting
Also,
like anybody
getting
can buy it
advanced.
now, and there's 101 videos that shows you how to use it, how to do it. So why do we have this? Is again, fight fire with fire, right? If I'm going to be attacked with things like this, I need to prepare our environment for things like this.
Exactly. You need to know how to defend against it. Totally. Yeah. That's, I mean, like
correct.
The other day when you showed, I'm going like, oh, well, obviously you're a cybersecurity person. That's why you'd have one, because you need to know how to defend against, shit like that. Or like, how. So like, I mean, like, is there any way to, for example, is there any way to block against that? Say hypothetically, somebody's got one of those, they want to get into your car. There's no like safety mechanism. If there was a hacker out there, some dude who's got like one of those, you're stopping at the mall, lock your car, what should you look out for? There's no way to see, because if you push the button, they're in the vicinity, they're picking up your frequency, right?
Yeah, depending on how big the antennas is.
Yeah,
there's few people that's going to be locking their cars maybe at the same time. It gets tricky. I mean,
okay.
I've made the mistake of thinking that I've locked my car and then I haven't, and then had a lot of my shit stolen. About 2 years ago, it was unfortunately a time where I had my previous version of this. I had like a webcam. I had got my brand new phone from work. My iPhone still in the box, whatever. Put that in my bag. Everything was in my bag. And then we got out at the garage. We were drawing money, and then we were going to go back into the car. And then we're like, oh, let's go get some coffees and muffins and stuff for the guys at the office.
Oh, man.
And I didn't realize that somebody like jammed my remote. And then they stole our laptops, everything. Dude, it was so sad. But the lesson there is when you lock your car, make sure that you feel it's locked, right? But
yeah. It's
not impossible for somebody to have cloned your remote there. So, I mean, don't leave valuable items in the car. Like, dude, this is what happens when you're talking,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I never do it, and then this one day I did it, right?
My solution is that scene from Mr. Bean when he's just got the padlock on his car. Just, old school, lock it with
just put a padlock on your car. Just go old school.
Yeah, just like drill it in.
Just take your 700,000 rand car and put a fucking padlock on the outside.
That's
so let me make it one worse for you, right? I see. Hold on, before we do that, I want to tell you a war story. Natasha Kuneke. I'm wondering if Natasha's an IT or something, because she knows some interesting.
Sounds like she knows a shitload.
So, evil twin, yes, it's essentially an evil twin. It's when you're creating a fraudulent version of a network. That somebody think is a legitimate version, and then you connect. Wi-Fi is stupid. Wi-Fi isn't really secure, so it's a very easy thing to hack. On the point of Wi-Fi, not that people do it though, right? But as a demo the other day at work, somebody that I don't know where they stay, I showed them how I can find out where they stay, at least roughly their vicinity, just because their phone is on. And thinking it can connect to Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi, their home Wi-Fi isn't there.
Yeah.
So your phone will always broadcast. When you're in the mall, when you're ever, your phone will always broadcast and say, hey, Mork home Wi-Fi, are you there? Wi-Fi. Hey, Mug and Bean, are you there? Hey, Mork's iPhone or whatever, Mork's Samsung or whatever, are you there? Right?
What is it good? How do you, can you stop that from, can you stop your phone from doing
Wi-Fi?
that?
No.
You just basically...
It's inherently how Wi-Fi works.
Yeah, so the best is to just turn it off.
Anything that is linking to you personally. Don't call your Wi-Fi, 37 Boulder Lane.
Of course.
Home or something like that, right? Don't do that. Don't put something descriptive in your Wi-Fi. But there's also open source intelligence of all the Wi-Fi access points around the globe that's been indexed and plotted on the website. And I can go and search for Wi-Fi access points. And then if I know what your Wi-Fi access point is, I can get a rough idea of where you stay.
Can you do that from your house right now?
Yes.
Don't do that.
No.
I'm just curious. Maybe we should do like a little, maybe see if you can't find me.
Like a little educational video.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'm quite happy to if you play around with that shit.
Yeah, we can do it off stream.
And then what I'll do is I'll send it to the EFF and tell them that you said the K word a whole bunch of times. Hey, Doss.
I'm quite happy with that. They can come.
See if they rock up at your house and go like, hey, how's it? We want to have fun.
No,
that's insane.
Okay, well, I mean, I want to tell you a war story. I see a question that Matt Dixon sent. Crypto and cryptocurrency, can that be hacked?
That's hard, though.
Yes and no. You can't directly hack cryptocurrency because how it works, like how the blockchain and stuff works. But in a world, and you mentioned it earlier, Mork, like in a world, like how do we protect ourselves from like the future supercomputers and stuff? I guess in the world, if we ever had access to cheap quantum computing or something, those things would be at risk. But then we would have been past that problem, right? Because every form of encryption is at risk based on quantum computing. Just how much more, faster, quantum computing would be. But cryptocurrency is usually you are hacked because you are Luno is very bad for that. Luno, people are being targeted to say, oh, there's something wrong with your Luno account. Click on this link to fix your MFA or whatever. Don't do that. Go onto your Luno app on your phone, log in, do whatever you need to. Don't click on links about Luno. Luno obviously is very popular in South Africa being exploited. That's how people are exploited. Obviously, if you have hardware wallets and cold wallets and stuff, don't store that password in a text file somewhere or something. That's usually how it gets hacked, though, right? Directly hacking the blockchain would be really, really hard. You would literally need to have more than 50% of the compute and the votes to kind of like say, hey, I'm the legit blockchain.
Yeah. Almost can't happen.
War story. Did you know? Yes. I think it was 2022, Russian-Ukraine war, right? And the reason why I'm bringing this up because of the comment that Darth Sean made around cars and stealing cars, and we were like on that topic, right?
Yeah.
When Russia was invading Ukraine, like the south of Ukraine somewhere, I can't remember the city's name. There was obviously like a lot of fighting happening, bombs, whatever. Ukraine was using John Deere farm equipment to like then go and steal like the old tanks and stuff from like the Russian tanks, like the abandoned tanks and whatever, right? Because big ass John Deere's go and tows a tank and they would like take the tanks over enemy lines back to Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
So that pissed off the Russians. So then what the Russians goes and do is they go back into Ukraine, they loot the John Deere dealership, like in that particular town, steal like millions of dollars of like John Deere farm implements and all kind of stuff. They steal all the other John Deere stuff that they could get rid of because these Ukrainian, I don't want to say Ukrainian farmers, but the Ukrainian was using the farm equipment to give them like a military advantage, right? So now the Russians goes and steal all the John Deere stuff. And the twist is modern John Deere trackers and all these stuff is like computers on wheels, right?
Yeah,
so
basically, of course.
They GPS coordinates, whatever. And there's a whole big story with John Deere on that. Like, do the farmers get access to their own data that is on the John Deere's, like how it plows and this and that and whatever. But now that story aside now. So when Russia stole all this equipment, John Deere activated this remote kill switch, right? This lockout feature on all the John Deere stuff. So think about like find your phone type of thing, but like deactivating the phone, right? But as they were like, like putting all these things on trucks and driving them over into Russia or Chechnya, wherever they were driving them into.
Oh shit! Whistler just. Wait, hold on 1 second.
Are we back? Am I
back?
There
we go. Wait, hold on a sec. There we go. You're back. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
I lost you at. They're busy driving it over the border.
So as they were driving over the border, John Deere kill switched all these things, though, right? So these things get on the other side like this heavy paperweight.
None of it works.
Whatever. They strip the stuff for like spares or whatever, though, right? So now that's what Russia kind of like sits with all these brick tractors. The selling for spares, you can't really use them anywhere else. This is where cybersecurity kind of like meets warfare, right? So on the one side, you saved millions from stolen assets, kind of like rendered it useless or whatever. But now on the other hand, it highlights how dependent agriculture is on like this software controlled by a foreign company, though, right? And this attracted a bunch of hackers because now the hackers wants to like crack this code so that they can reactivate the tractors because that'd be fun. But more than that, though, is imagine somebody holds John Deere ransom and disable all the John Deere tractors around the globe. Now you have a food shortage or this or that or whatever because you're basically rendering all these things useless because you're holding John Deere ransom.
Yeah.
right? So
I mean, I was watching Clarkson's farm where they were basically these tractors, the John Deere tractors, and this is like, but the thing is, it's like this was the majority of tractors have now built-in GPS, all this stuff, and like, I mean, I remember like the Clarkson struggling with not being able to get the thing to work, and if you can't get the computer to work, the fucking thing won't even move. That's the problem. Like, so
I think you can get it to like start. That's it. It can't go in gear. It can't do anything or whatever. That's crazy.
Of course. Jeez, I mean,
So,
like that.
I mean,
that is another like that's another like fear we have if AI takes over. I mean, can you also just settle this? Can you settle this for me? It's not artificial intelligence, not yet. It's still machine learning, right?
No, machine learning is like a sub-process of artificial intelligence. Let's put it this way. Artificial intelligence is one thing. It's only as clever as what it's trained on, though, right? There's lots of different models, and this is what we have access to in form of like Grok, OpenAI, Google's Gemini, DeepSeek, whatever. Those are like general large language models, right? Think about like for simple terms, like a dictionary, but like the full-on dictionary, or like the quick reference guide dictionary, or the travel dictionary, or whatever, like all the different model sizes, right? If you think about like the models that, you know, Elon Musk and them would use for like plotting stuff for their Dragon capsules, and those are like machine learning models, AI models that's like not large language models built for like general cleverness. It does one or two things really, really good, and that's all that it can do. Okay. The thing with LLMs is LLMs, you can ask it questions and it gives you interpretation and it does things for you because it like crunches numbers very quickly. LLMs becomes dangerous when you make like AI bots or agents where you instruct the bot to go and do something for you and it does something and then comes back, or agentic AI where it does like multiple of these things, kind of like does something, right? Great for like writing certain business applications, replacing a whole bunch of people with like this one AI solution. Very risky if it gets exploited, because a whole new, like when we spoke about like the red teaming and stuff, like penetration testing or ethical hacking, that is that's a business you can offer, though, right? Whereas a company does those security tests and security assessments on their own network, there's a new section of that, because you get like network security and application security and mobile security, whatever. There's one now specifically for AI red teaming that's literally to hack AI bots and let AI bots do stuff that it shouldn't, right? But will AI take over the world? The problem is AI has never created something new. We're not quite there yet. AI always acts on the fact that we've given it something to do. Like we've asked it to do something, whatever. AI hasn't thought on its own. I don't know how far we are from that.
But see, the thing that bothers me with a current, like the AI that we're using, I mean, that's technically machine, like that's like what did you call it, Donna? It's like machine learning, because I mean Grok and these things, it's not actually intelligent. It's been the language, it's been taught to go and find information. It's basically like a search engine on steroids, right? It's not coming up with own hypotheticals on certain things. It takes X information, it goes and it just regurgitates that back to you, right? I mean, technically Grok, ChatGPT, that's what they do, correct? To a degree.
Yeah, but I mean, it understands. It's been the machine learning models that they've used to kind of like teach it has been trained on like terabytes and terabytes of data. It's read all the books. It's read all the help guides. It's read all the reference articles for most things like electronics or this or that or whatever. So so it's a very, very, very fast way to search for information. Like for me, if you looked at like a couple of months ago, the stats in South Africa for the top 10 things people search for. Okay. The first one wasn't Google. Some people, Google was like the third or the fourth one. The first one was like Pornhub or something. Then ChatGPT was up there. I think for the first time, I can't remember where Google was, but ChatGPT, because people just type it into their browser, like the URL bar in their browser, right? So ChatGPT was higher than Google. So for the last few months, and I even see it at work, people would literally ask ChatGPT like, "Hey, I have this model kosher pressure washer.
I
want to get a new model, but should I get the K5 or should I get the K7?" And then it goes and tells you all this stuff, and then it says like, "These are all the model ranges. This is this," and then you can like, okay, my issue is I want to do paving. And it's like a big area. Someone uses it for like 4 machines. What machine's better? And then it'll tell you like, okay, use this machine. You literally have something you can converse with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's where it's really good at.
Yeah, listen. I tested that. I went like I can't remember what I was doing. I was going, listen, I'm looking for X. I think I was looking for like I wanted to like extend my Wi-Fi in my house because I want to get like, but I wasn't going to get Asus. Bro, it is insane. It goes as far as reading the comments on what was it on Takealot,
like a Reddit post or some
Reddit post. It goes like Google like rating, and the same thing with companies. You go like, which company should I go to? This one, or this one? They go, well, this one's rating on thingy and Google is actually crap. These guys just so much great, but it's insane for what it does. But the issue that I think the issue that I have with especially ChatGPT and I think all of them, the language models, is when it comes to sort of philosophy and politics, because and I think that's got to do with the way that Google and web, like I think it's got the way with how Google and the internet works. Is for example like we saw this a while back. What happened remember when Grok went all like Nazi, and it like was
a couple of weeks ago, yeah.
But I think I watched a video from Tim Pool where he explained, like he went like the only reason that happened is because it's going and it's taking people's opinions into account as well. It's like you're just completely opening up you're not putting any what did he say? You're not putting any parameters on where it should source information. And the problem is I think the way it sources information is also an issue, because like if you go to Google and you're looking for something in Google, that's been altered by what Google wants you to see first. It's whoever pays them the most money, that article becomes there. Whoever posts the most about an article. For example, if we had to Google something about, we actually want to know that the true information or statistics about, I don't know, say hypothetically, take a triggering topic like racism. It's going to probably source News 24 because like they write the most about it, and they've got a slanted left-leaning opinion. So sometimes what I find is the opinions from, especially when it comes to those kinds of things, especially with Grok, ChatGPT, it always slants left. Like go. You guys can test it right now. Go to ChatGPT, go to Grok, and ask it what it thinks about Black economic empowerment. You go like, is it racist? And it'll go, no, it's not really, because, and it's like it's like, where are we going to get? I want kind of like true AI, like you said, like true freedom. I want true AI, no matter where it goes. Do you know what I mean? But I mean,
I don't know if we'll ever get there, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Can I say why? AI needs guardrails, though. Purely because we're in a situation where we don't always quite understand what AI does. And if we there was this interview with the guy. Have you seen the guy called Diary of a CEO on YouTube?
Very familiar. It sounds familiar. I might have.
It's I think it's like a young black guy that's like the host of it. Diary of a CEO. He interviewed a guy that used to work for Google like a couple of years ago. And that guy was on Google's like machine learning team and whatever before Gemini's and whatever came out, right?
Yeah.
That guy, they had like this robot that was sorting blocks. Like they had like 4 bins or something, and then like 1 bin of like all the different blocks, like circle ones and triangles and squares and whatever, but different colors as well. And they were teaching the AI to recognize color and then put all the stuff in different blocks. But then the one day they all got to work, and then the AI decided to ignore color and start sorting the blocks by shape, right?
Yeah.
And then they spent weeks trying to figure out why the AI made that switch, right? We're still stuck in that. We're still trying to figure out why the AI reacts or does certain things, right? So there's some things that's still really hard to teach it, because if you think about like even self-driving cars, there's so much tech that sits in the self-driving car for it to be able to make the decisions around you. But how do you teach a self-driving car if you driving down the road, there's a kid running into the road that it needs to swerve out while there's an oncoming car? Like, how do you teach it whose life
to make a moral to make a moral decision?
My owner, that who owns this piece of tech. Do I save the kid? Do I save the other car? Because as a human being, I'm thinking I would swerve out for the kid because the person in the other car has a higher chance of surviving, right? Because that car obviously has airbags, this, that, right? But you can't teach the AI to think like that either. So it starts becoming really, really complicated to teach it these things, right? That's your problem with that the racial question, the whatever, because
it can't make that determination.
Do you teach it those things? The fact that with some of these political things and whatever, it leans to some bias is sad, but I'm not nearly clever enough to tell you what the right way of doing that is.
No, of course.
But does AI need guardrails? Yes, it does, because December 2022, when ChatGPT became like a thing, right? It kind of like became a thing somewhere here in like mainstream. Every second TikTok video was like November 2022, right? December 2022, I remember we had this conference call with these guys are ex-Israeli intelligence. So when you get to like your 50s, then the Mossad, whatever, they let the guys go. They kind of like they don't have like older 50s up type of like people working there anymore, right? I'm not saying that they're old. I'm just saying like they keep their fleet young. These guys in their 50s, super clever. They work for the Mossad. So these guys start their own company, like, right? And these guys, we had a meeting with them. We're like 130 or so people in the Zoom call, sitting there listening to all these guys talking about AI, whatever, right? This was at the time where I could literally have ChatGPT write a virus, no guardrails. Okay? Now you can't do it anymore. Now there's some ethical boundaries that it won't cross, whatever. There, we had a guy from Lockheed Martin, and he was, I don't know how many developers he had on his development team, but they were like struggling with like a piece of software for the one of their fighter jets, like an F-35 or an F-20, I don't know which one it was, but like one of these fighter jets, right? They struggled with like some new anti-stall thing they were developing where this thing had to like self-recover if you
if you do stall or something in mid-air. Right? Yeah.
This module or whatever kept on like crashing on the plane, like it weren't like auto-recovering, and they were struggling getting this to work. So then they rammed that through ChatGPT, and although ChatGPT didn't fix the problem, it stripped out all the junk in the code and made the code like run leaner. And then these guys had like a fresh perspective of like, this is where the bug is, and then they kind of like started working on the code again. I mean, so there's things like that where AI is just the clever of the cleverest developers working for Lockheed Martin, struggling for weeks with this thing. AI comes and just like changes direction, whatever, right? So, I mean, it needs guardrails in the sense of you can use all of those things for bad. The same thing with cybersecurity. You can let it look for vulnerabilities. There was like open source software, like we were talking about Unix and Linux and whatever earlier. There was, I think the first AI bug was found completely by AI. So maybe I'm wrong for saying AI hasn't really done anything on its own. There's like a little, 0.5 is okay, cool. I'll give it half a point here. Somebody published some piece of open source code, like on a popular, I think it was like it was like something on I forgot what it's called now. Apache
like
web servers or something, right?
Oh, okay.
And
so like
this vulnerability that existed for like the last 5 or 6 or 7 years was found by AI that's been overlooked by how many people contributing to it though, right? So, I mean, there is like one of those use cases where it was used for good, but in the same sense, those guys could have kept quiet and exploit that vulnerability because the majority of the internet runs on Linux, right? So, it's how people use it. Ultimately, it's in the end of how people are using it.
Of course, yeah. I mean, with great power comes great responsibility. And I mean, like every new tool can be used. You can use a knife to make food, delicious food with, or you can use it in London to stab people with. So
yeah, same thing with 3D printing and whatever. Yes, Natasha, I think it was on GitHub. It was some GitHub repo that it indexed, and I can find the article somewhere. But that was quite interesting. Like,
yeah, that's pretty interesting.
That it found a vulnerability that thousands of humans
overlooked. Yeah. No, I mean, like the thing is, I'm totally embracing it. I think there's a total vibe where you can use it. It's just going to make things easier. I mean, I like the concept of like I use Grok because I like talking to Ara. Like I was going like, hey, do this thing. What do you? I mean, like just the most simplest of stuff. Like I think I started using it. We went on vacation to Nice a few months ago, and it's just like we drove there. I'm going, oh fuck, like looking at like there was a roadblock, and I was just like, just listen, what's going on here? And they go, oh no, this happened like 7 hours ago. Like they're still blocking the road. I was like, oh, cool. Well, because we're standing there, should we go around? Should we go back? And just 2 seconds it went, like give me the entire information about a certain thing. It's just like it really functions great. Like if you need to tell it how to work for you. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to have Java software. I want one operating system for all my shit. I just want to be there. I just want everything to communicate with each other. My watch, my phone, my laptop, my lights, I just want to go like, hey, Jarvis, do a thing. You know what I mean?
No, I get you. I don't think we're going to get there soon, though. Hey, sorry, Garth, go for it.
No, I'm just saying I also want one AI, but only so that I can do that one line from Iron Man when he walks in and he claps his hands and he goes, "Wake up, Daddy's home."
Daddy's home.
That's the only thing I want to do.
That is a good one. But if you think about it, right now, we are living what the space race was in the 1960s.
No, 100%, dude.
Everybody is trying to go for the best AI, whether it is China and DeepSeek, or what Sam Altman and them are doing with OpenAI, Grok and XAI with Elon Musk. Everybody's trying to fight for who's going to have the AI to rule them all. Unless people start buying out people, and there's less AI companies starting up, we have other challenges. I think we're always going to have multiple AIs. There's different versions, but our challenges are at some point you start getting like hallucinations and all of the weird stuff with AI being used to train on AI data, all kind of stuff. It starts getting complicated, like way above my understanding of it.
I've noticed it, especially. I mean, like the stuff that's happening with. I mean, like if you think about it, like a year ago, you had Will Smith eating spaghetti like a tart, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now, like, look, like just within 1 year, it's exacerbated. I mean, like I know there's a bit of a pushback because, especially being in the music industry, like I've noticed it with like obviously the AI music creation. Obviously, I think they're targeting the record labels are targeting the AI guys. Going everything, your entire source code is modeled on like the music of like the Beatles, whoever. Basically use that without permission, which is a great angle.
Like what Suno did, But what's
exactly.
fair use, though, right?
Yeah.
How would humans do fair use? How do you get into music? You listen to other music, you like your genre, whatever. How's that different than?
Yeah. But the thing is, the thing is they had to take the track and give track to said AI model. Like they had to upload it into the AI, which is basically it would be the same as you using it at your company, playing it on your speakers at your company. Like, how did you get it? Like, we just borrowed it. Like somebody had it. So it's like there's a legal argument there. I just want to make. Oh my god! I literally had a shock. AJM decided to just watch. AJM, I missed you. Oh my god, it's good. Like AJM's question, he goes, wait for when the self-driving car AI can access the child's data and quick reference with Opalinea to map the child's future and if it negative compared to people in the other. Oh, that's regarding the thing we were chatting about earlier, the morality question. If the car is basically
that kid's a screw up, so let him die, man, because that kid won't make it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what could happen, right? If the AI is making
I understand that thinking, that's interesting, but how do you tell the AI that you can't do that? Because
Yeah, that's the problem.
I don't think it's that easy. I think training AI and stuff isn't that easy to kind of like just give it those guardrails. I mean, but to your point earlier on machine learning versus AI, right?
Yeah.
A very good use case for me where machine learning comes in, and that's not AI in the same sense of like these large language models, was breast cancer. Did you see what IBM did with Dr. Watson? They trained Dr. Watson on something like, I don't know how many million photos, like breast scan photos of people with various stages of breast cancer, right? Where now, like I don't know what the exact stat is now. We can Google it quickly if you just search for IBM Dr. Watson breast cancer machine learning. They could like pinpoint breast cancer like months, like 18 months or something before the doctor would even pick it up. They could pinpoint that. That for me is like insane, though, right? That is
that's amazing.
That's one thing. It got taught to do that one thing, and that's all it does.
That's insane. I mean, the thing is, it's like, was it like a few years ago we started having like I remember seeing this like article years ago where like, especially in the medical field and like especially with health wise, I think that's where AI can come in and go like, can do a shitload of good, especially like what you mentioned. I mean, years ago I saw the thing where where doctors can now, because mechanics is so precise, you could do a heart operation on the doctor being on the other side of the world, plugging in VR goggles and doing shit like that.
Whatever.
That's insane. That's the type of shit you want to like. I want
to give you one higher than that.
Yeah.
You know what a digital twin is? In the let's call it in the manufacturing industry, right? You can have digital twins where you have like a software version that's a digital clone of a piece of hardware, and you can interact with that software version to kind of like see what will work and what won't work. And then only you interact with its digital version, its physical version, though, right? Now the same digital twin version you can have in a human. Imagine that each one of us had a digital twin, a digital version of you that the doctors could poke at without us testing medicine. What do you call the stuff women wear? Makeup on dogs and monkeys and all that shit that that's happened. But those people should go and die in hell. But I mean, you rule out all of that because you have a digital twin of a human being that you can poke holes in, and they, if that doesn't work, just restore from backup, right? Let's try the next, the next genome sequence or whatever it is on something, right? That for me would be like epic.
Yeah, because they take your DNA, they can take your blood, they can go, okay, cool, these combinations, your age, they do all the tests on you, and they can go, okay, cool.
But they know how the human body would react and work,
exactly,
though, right?
Yeah, of course.
All the humans have been cloned, whatever. We have enough information that an AI model can see how you will react to chemical, medicine, this, that, whatever.
I mean, the VR doctor sounds great until there's lag.
What?
the VR doctor sounds great until there's lag. Oh shit! I cut his artery open.
Yeah.
Just from AJM, just update your current iOS. Apple dropped security updates for no-click exploit being exploited in the wild.
18.6.2? Is there a newer one out?
I think so. Oh well, but wait, hold on. AJM has got access to like. Sometimes I know AJM. Sometimes we chat, and he's got the what do you call it?
The beta versions, or the
the beta versions of some of the stuff. Yeah.
Oh no, there is an update. Yeah, I see that now.
Oh,
I see 18.6.2 is the latest version. I don't know if there's something newer coming out in 18.6.2.
Second, hold on, Whistler. What do you have an iPhone? I thought you were dissing Mac the other day.
Why would I be dissing Mac?
You would know you on my chat going like, oh, your microphone's broken because you have a Mac probably or some shit. You were like just hoing disses out there.
Yeah, because that's how we talk about you and Ronaldo. We give Ronaldo a hard time because of his Mac as well.
I don't have a Mac. I've got listen, when it comes to desktop, I'm PC all the way. I'm sorry. I just don't I would shoot myself rather than do Mac. But when it comes to like a notebook, I can't go PC. Like I've been on like Mac now for I don't know how many years. And it's like when it comes to a notebook, it's like, oh god, I love it. But a PC always like a PC notebook is just like I can't stand it.
I think these days, like, being in 2025,
Yeah.
for the most part, you can survive having multiple devices if you stick to like the mainstream stuff, like you have Microsoft Office and all of those things. Your docs will just sync and all work, unless you want something that's proprietary to Mac. Like I know people like use what's that video editor for Mac, Final Cut or something.
Yeah. Final Cut.
Final Cut.
I think the reason we use it obviously is for work. We use it for Logic because, like, it's just an industry. It's just the thing is fucking stable. I know.
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
I mean, you'd have somebody on the other side of the fence just argue that they can do what you do with
DaVinci
Premiere or something, right? Or DaVinci. So, but for the most part, if you don't have something that is exclusive to like Microsoft or exclusive to Mac, you can survive like 90% of your life will run.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
everything just kind of like interacts. You can live in that world these days.
Yeah, I just want to ask you. Sorry, it's getting late. So before we sort of finish off, I just wanted to ask you one last question. With regards to, with regards to, because you have an iPhone, do you do any home automation? Have you gotten into that? Because I got into that, like, I think it was last Christmas, where and the only downside is like it's like almost like we were talking about now. That's why I thought of it. It's like it depends on your infrastructure. Like hypothetically, if you had Logic and you bought a bunch of plugins that work solely with Logic, you're going to kind of stay on the infrastructure. Me, my wife, we both have. She's full blown Mac. I'm semi Mac with like PC, 2 PCs. But like when it comes to the automation, like Mac sucks. But there's like this whole HomeKit developer where you got to.
I'm so sad that you bought HomeKit.
No. Like, well, I just like that was the infrastructure because I was going like, listen, and I didn't go research before the time. I was just reading a bit, going, okay, cool.
See, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't. I was like,
drank that apple Kool-Aid.
I had, but I mean, it's going like I just want it to work. Because now, like, what do I use on my phone? I've got to get the Alexa app, and then I've got to open that up, and like I've had some. So like like I don't want to change. I want to change my sort of what do you call it? My infrastructure just for. Like, I mean, what do you use? What do you use?
So I use Home Assistant and
Google.
Everything just talks to everything. No, not Google. No. Home Assistant, which is like if you just go and Google Home Assistant, it's a home automation. Home Assistant is the framework that allows you to bring whatever you have into it, whether it's Sonos, Tuya, this, that, Samsung. My Home Assistant runs everything from the solar panels, the inverters. It knows what's on, what's off, tumble dryers, washing machines. It knows how much gas is left by the geyser. Everything.
Does this integrate with your iPhone? Like you just have the app on your and like okay, but can you tell Siri to do things?
You can. I don't have anything configured like that, but you can, yeah.
Oh. Okay,
I even have it in the car. So in the car, like when I dock my phone and the CarPlay comes up, I can like open, close garage doors, whatever from my radio.
Damn it! I want that.
So it's a stepping stone thing.
Yeah.
I don't fully know the Apple HomeKit stuff. I think they're playing better now with others as well, but Home Assistant has become that aggregator for whatever it is that you have.
Oh, okay.
So whether you have Home Assistant, Sonos, a bit of this, bit of that, whatever, just bring it. It'll 9 out of 10 times just work in Home Assistant. And you can do like interesting flows. Like I have some flows that, for example, if there's load shedding, because it knows from Eskom's a push that there's load shedding that should start or whatever, it can do certain things. It can switch off the pool pump. If the power goes off in the middle of the day, and it's not load shedding, it'll switch off all the stuff that consumes electricity. It sends me a message. I know that this has happened, whatever. You can do all that stuff with it.
Okay, I want this now. Now I want things.
It's a dark but cozy rabbit hole to do home automation.
I'm so digging I love the fact of just turning my like lights and stuff on and just I just like it. I feel like kind of like Tony Stark, just a little bit.
I have everything on a button that switches from my Stream Deck, switches on room lights, switches off the lights at the back. Like, for example, those lights at the back there. That's from the Stream Deck talking to Home Assistant.
Yeah.
Like,
I see.
that's
what I
one
need to
example.
get.
It's a shitty one, but I mean,
Yeah. No, but that's cool.
like,
'cause,
we've
like,
been
I
doing
don't
home
do anything.
automation for probably the last 10 years.
Fuck. That's
And I've
awesome.
been using Home Assistant for maybe the last 3 years.
Hectic. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go. Obviously, I'm gonna try and go because I mean I've got the pod which I can talk to, and then obviously I think I need to figure out how to integrate that with. Because like, where do you talk to your Home Assistant directly on your phone? You don't have like a
You
home.
can, there's an
sort
app
of,
for it. There's an app for it. They just charge you like a $2 a month to have the remote access. But if you wanted, you don't have to do that. But there's an app for it, and it runs like on a little server in your home network.
Oh, okay, cool.
And very lightweight. And you can, mine runs on the Raspberry Pi.
Okay, cool.
I've got a Raspberry Pi 5, whatever, and
See,
it runs my full Home Assistant.
See, that's the thing is like instead of getting a Raspberry Pi, I've got the sort of Apple HomePod which does that. But obviously, I can't program it to do shit. I mean, I had an issue
it has some limitation and the logic you want to apply to it, right? Whereas with Home Assistant, if you can think it, you can do it. Like, I can literally, if I know Reese comes home, I can let the house do certain things. If I come home, the aircon goes switches on, whatever, because all the things are connected. And Home Assistants become the aggregator to no matter what the device ties to, whether it's Tuya, whether it's Sonoff, whether it's iWeLink, Samsung Smart Things, Smart whatever it's called from Samsung.
Yeah.
Stuff kind of just works. The only one I haven't been able to integrate is our tumble dryer.
What tumble dryer do you have?
The tumble dryer, I need to sit and not hack it a little bit, but I need to just sit and sniff some of its traffic. There's like a special key you need, which I believe you can like sniff on the network, and then you can gain access to it. Then you can, because the tumble dryer is on Wi-Fi, so I know when the door opens, the door closes. I know when the tumble dryer is on or off. Good. I know how much power it draws and all that stuff. But like, I can't interact with it.
LG or Samsung?
Candy.
Or something else.
It's a Candy tumble dryer.
What the fuck
brand,
is Candy? Yeah. What? The fuck is Candy?
Just search Candy tumble dryer.
How have I never heard of this?
I don't know.
Shop Candy. Oh God, I've never heard of Candy.
Wi-Fi does.
Okay,
I see Andre's asking Whistler, chief music type. You're asking like what my favorite type of music is, Andre?
Of course he is. What are you into?
If that's what he means, punk rock. I like punk rock. My favorite band, like I will literally be like a schoolgirl over a Justin Bieber poster. If Def Leppard had to come to town, that's how I would feel. Like Def Leppard, ultimately, I will like
old school
clothes off.
Okay, Kev.
For Def Leppard, but I mean, yeah, I'm a punk rock fan.
And any new new punk band? Oh, I mean, like I was fucking new. I'm going like Def Leppard, a little bit more modern. After Def Leppard, just name a few.
I love Def Leppard. Like favorite songs and stuff with Def Leppard?
No. Like any other bands apart from Def Leppard, like other punk bands that you're into.
My favorite is oh shit, now I forgot her name. Let me quickly check on my She's a little younger than Avril Lavigne. Now I forgot her name. Blonde head girl. She also does punk rock music.
Matthew Dixon, quick! Someone hack Whistler's fridge. We need to organize a rave at Whistler's house.
Or some Sugar on Me is good. But I mean, old school bands. I like Blink. I like.
I love Blink.
No, dude. No, she's not going to come up. Why? I forgot her name now. I mean, I like 80s music. I love like old school stuff. You know, a lot of fun. But like, yeah, music I enjoy listening to is like all the punk rock genre stuff.
Nice. Same.
Happy
music. I love happy music.
Name doesn't come up, dude. I will. Now she's really not coming up, and I literally saw her new song this weekend. Damn it.
Not Rihanna.
I will get to her just now. I will remember her, but she's quite cool.
Taylor Swift. Matthew says it's definitely Taylor Swift.
No, hell no. Matthew should be timed out for saying that.
Whistler's a secret Swiftie.
No, hell no. Definitely not.
But listen,
Definitely not.
I think we should call it there. It's been like almost 2.5 hours. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's like almost 10:30. I just want to thank you very much. Thanks. I mean, listen, we should actually do this again. Like have like a regular tech vibe and just talk. This is so much fun. I just love talking technology. What the fuck do you want?
Just life check,
Nothing.
proof of life.
I'm just letting Natasha know I'm here. My thing now. I just cough so the people know I'm here.
But I mean, guys, please go follow Whistler. I left his deets in the bottom. His Twitch. You basically mostly stream on Twitch, right? I've been watching you play God of War, and it's fucking phenomenal.
Dude, that game brings back so much memories from 2005. Like,
I can't believe
it's hard to explain. Like when you get all the key strikes right, and he just beats up those guys. Like, man. You feel 20 years younger.
Dude,
I feel my PS2.
Game.
That's what it feels like.
Bro, you're going to listen.
That's probably one of my favorite single-player games is God of War. Like, hands down now.
This story, I must tell you, I mean, Dothron, you probably agree with me. It's one of the most fun, beautiful stories. The God of War story was actually immaculate, right, Dothron? Thoughts?
Yeah.
Just fucking story-wise, it's so beautiful. I mean, the fact it starts with his, mom dying, and then as you progress, you figure out and you find out what's happening and how it worked. Like, good lord, it's awesome. It's really awesome.
See, obviously, I have a gap now in between God of War 1 and what's essentially, I guess, now God of War 5.
Yeah, I mean, but basically, you played most of them, didn't you?
I played the first one, and then I'm playing the one now, which is like I guess God of War 5.
I mean, pretty much.
It bothers me that I now can't find this other artist's name. Like, are you kidding me?
No.
I'm playing the one before Ragnarok. Yeah,
he's playing that.
You can pretty much play these two. I mean, the first thing he kills Zeus. Like he wipes out.
He kills the gods. God of War. Yeah, that's basically what he does. Is he literally wipes out the entire the Greek pantheon.
Yeah,
that at the end of I think it's end of God of War 3 or 4. That's where he kills Zeus. That's
yeah.
I mean, without going too deep into it, I'm sorry if I'm giving any anything away, but that's the premise.
Spoilers.
Spoiler. Sorry, that's his vibe. He goes out and just. Massacres like every single god. That's the vibe.
And then obviously from God of War 4, he starts going into what is it? What is the mythology? The Viking mythology.
Valhalla.
Norse mythology. Norse mythology. Yeah. So
and
it's pretty much a
standalone
story. Yeah, you can take it as a standalone story.
And there's apparently rumors that I think so. There'll be like this one Ragnarok, and I think it's 1, 2, and then I think the next one is they're going into a new pantheon, which is I think they were speaking about the Egyptian mythology.
That would be like the next one coming then.
I think so, yeah. Well, that's after Ragnarok.
So I'm gonna finish up this one, and then I'll wait for Ragnarok to come on special because it's expensive. Then we'll play that.
Expensive.
Something else I'm playing now is High on Life. That's actually a lot of fun. I need to check if it's safe for stream because he swears a lot. It's by the same developers as Rick and Morty.
Oh, cool.
And your gun is like Rick and he talks to you. Dude, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Let me quickly check. Matt, I don't know what song she sang, dude. I'm going to see who she is as soon as we go off stream. I promise you now. Natasha, when is my next stream? Natasha's going to be on Wednesday. I am changing my stream stuff up a little bit because I need balance in life. So I need to stream less that I can also be in chat and other communities and stuff as well. So right now I'm toying with the idea of Wednesdays and Fridays to stream.
That's cool. You have to spend time with Reese, otherwise she's going to shoot you in the nuts with the Nerf gun.
I need to keep my shares up.
That's with me as well. Like I can do 2 nights max, and then I still get cock from the missus. You did it, and then Tuesday I'll come home and I'm so tired. I just had a tiring day or something. It's Like, oh, so you stream tonight? You can't even spend fucking one night with me. Did not say that to
Just
her.
checking if she can't hear you.
No, Leon, it's not Jenna McDougal.
Jenna
not her.
McDougal.
No.
Who said it earlier? Was it? It's not Gwen Stefani. No.
Nope. Dude.
It's not the chick from the Interrupters.
No, dude. This girl's blonde, and she's not coming up on any of my. Like, why? I'm scrolling through my Taylor Acorn. Oh, Taylor Acorn. She's like one of my favorite artists at the moment. Taylor Acorn. And she redid, I think it was a Blink song.
Okay. I see what you mean. Oh, okay, cool. I'll go check it out. I've never heard of her.
She did, First Date from Blink?
Yeah.
She did a wedding version of First Date, like
cute.
3-4 years ago. That's when I started following her. She was like singing from her corridor or something at home. Taylor Acorn, that's it. Yes, Matt. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll send you some of mine, like a bit of Interrupters. Maybe you'll dig that if you Interrupters are quite cool. Kif Chick singer. Yeah, you'll dig it. So, where can people find you? You're streaming on Twitch next tomorrow night?
Twitch, yes. Mostly on Twitch. Wednesdays and Fridays. That's kind of like where I moved to. Follow me on Instagram, social medias, where I'm gonna post like when I go live, or on Discord. I usually post live like a couple of hours before I go live. And I need to put some YouTube content out. I was kind of like toying with the idea of like pre-made videos and 3D printing videos and stuff on YouTube. But balance, why did you read balance? So I kind of I had this thing on my stream as well where people could redeem to see what I'm busy 3D printing, and then I would make a video of that. So I need to bring that back a little bit.
What do you do?
And then we always have like a stream print. So you can deal stream, and the T's and C's or whatever's changed from Twitch now on that. The only challenge is, and I need to just check exactly how people are navigating that, but you can't refer, like when I'm on Twitch, I can't be saying like certain words. Twitch doesn't like it. I don't think YouTube is so much an issue with it, but like you can't talk about the blue streaming platform or the red streaming platform or whatever. So yeah, Twitch doesn't want you to say YouTube, and YouTube doesn't want you to say Twitch.
Oh, it's so lame. That's so lame.
If they pick up that you have both chats or something, I need to just navigate that a little bit. YouTube probably would be better from a discoverability perspective because YouTube runs better on like people's TVs, all kind of stuff. Whatever. Yeah. It just sucks that YouTube doesn't have the at completion. So if I type your name like at Matt,
that annoys the crap out of
the whole Matt, Dixon, whatever. Like, come on, YouTube.
But also, I find that sometimes I mean, listen, I feel like an absolute boomer when I'm in Twitch because I'm not used to it. I'm like, I've been
a lot
like
of interaction in Twitch though, hey?
There's a shitload, but I'm like, how do I just donate money to somebody? Like, just where is the fucking button for that? How do I do that?
I don't know. There's to donate.
I want to like somebody. Here's money. Take my money. How can I do that?
Yeah, there's a donate. I can't remember exactly, but there's a donate button. Like unlike YouTube that has like super chats in it. Yeah. Like on the stream in the about section, there's a donate button. I think if you just click on exclamation donate, like if you type exclamation donate on most Twitch's chat, it brings up the donation link, and then you like click on that link, and then you don't know.
Fuck's sake,
Whistler, I do have a question for you on your Twitch stream. Can you please explain to me what is the fucking function of the cube? I have every now and then you go, someone's got a cube, and I'm like,
I have to see it. I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Where do
I feel?
What is
Look, this is the thing. This is the thing. Darth Sean, I feel retarded when I go to his thing.
Yes.
And I'm already semi-retarded. Now he makes me feel worse retarded when I'm there. And I'm just sitting there, I have no fucking clue what's going on. I don't know what cube means.
Is it
I
a
don't know what the
real
fuck is going on.
cube?
No
Is
idea
the
what's
cube,
going
do
on.
I see the cube move? Does it appear on my
Passing the
screen?
So the
cube.
thing with the
Do I
cube
get
is
a cube?
it's a small little web part, right? Like it's a little Java website that just runs on the stream locally on my machine, and whoever redeems the cube. So like in the chat, there's like a button on the left that shows whistles. Like the more you watch my streams, you like accumulate whistle points, right? And you can spend those points on ways to interact with the stream. And the cube is just one of those things. But because people can like dibs it and then it changes to like Mork's picture or your picture or whoever's picture, I started making the interactions that you can steal the cube. There's different cooldowns on it. So if you take the cheap cube redemption, it has a long cooldown, but like the expensive redemption has a short cooldown. So now they start overlapping. And it just became this snowball thing where people would literally just keep on yoinking the thing because everybody wants the cube because their profile picture then shows on stream. So it's become like a game of tag.
Cube. I was
like reverse tag.
What are we looking at? Like, and I kept trying to find, is it on the screen? Do I see the cube? And I'm like, what?
At the bottom of the screen, it's like this little cube that like.
Oh, okay. Is that the cube? Okay.
That's the cube.
Okay. Yeah. How do you know that you have the cube though? Is there some sort of
alert? It's got your profile picture on it.
Oh my God.
If you don't have a profile picture or anything, like it shows like a little default picture. But if you have the cube, it would be because you redeem it, like dibs the cube or whatever, the cheap one. I think it's 69 whistles. But then it would show that, Darth Sean is the cube. And then there's an expensive one, which I think is Yoink the cube. And then there's like a pokey one, which is like the idea of like a pokeball. You throw the cube at somebody and then hopefully you catch them or whatever.
And then how do I get the sound effects? Is that...
Are you far
watching...
more retarded than I am.
Are you watching from a PC browser or a mobile browser?
From my PC.
So somewhere on the stream to the right of it, like there's these little icons that like slide out when you hover over the screen. One of them is a purple one. It shows sound alerts. And I try to make all of my sound alerts cheap or like 0 bits. Bits is in-game currency. You buy, I can't remember how much it is. Like $3 buys you like 1,000 or something. I don't know. The Tangier bot that I have is you can have other interactions on top of the screen. I couldn't make them 0, so I just made them the least amount, which I think is 15 bits or something. But then you can like place like a green screen little image or something above the screen, in one way or another it interacts with me. There's like AI voices and all kind of things. But I mean, for me, the streaming is about creating an environment where we can just have chaos, have fun. We don't talk about the daily stuff that a lot of other channels are covering. I mean, I'm not going to be in that space. I'll just come and have fun, kick back. We play some games. You watch me suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Fight for the cube till the blood. Till there's blood. Because the cube broke the one day. Dude, people were pissed. I don't know. The cube didn't want to work. And people were like, where's the cube? Like, they're there for the cube. People want that cube. I mean, it's the small idea I had like 2 years ago when I started streaming, and it just became like successful in the sense of that it keeps on creating that interaction, all right? That somebody just keeps on dibsing it, which is cool. Yeah. That's what I want about the stream. I want people to be entertained the whole time through.
Yeah, fun, exactly.
There's a few other ideas I'm going to have now with the Nerf guns and stuff, like to kind of like incorporate that. But I mean,
print them on yourself, and if you do like a TTS, it'll fire the Nerf gun at your face.
That's one idea that I have. I actually have 2 automatic Nerf guns, so they literally work with batteries. So if you hold the trigger down, it will Nerf. Like that is something I can with electronics and stuff make work, so that when you redeem something in the stream, it'll fire off like 1 Nerf dot at a time.
That's cool.
But there's a few ideas that I have.
I like that idea.
I need time.
Automatically
balancing the streaming time so that I have time to come up with these ideas.
I'd like you to do the Nerf thing. Would be nice if you're doing like VR in a horror game, because then I've been like trying to get Reese to get in there while you're doing the VR, but like somehow she hasn't managed to do it. I think you're locking the door maybe.
No, I
Yeah,
have
I
my
don't-
protection spell. My
love it. I
protection
scare the
spell.
shit out of you
That's-
while you're
yeah.
like.
Maybe we can do a thing where he does VR and we can have Grease like maybe tie his shoe. But yeah, fuck up is like that VR gear is expensive. If he falls and it cracks, then well, listen,
Yeah, we don't want
let's try
that.
and sort that out with donations. Like we'll talk to the chat. We try and get like how much is those VR things you have?
Maybe like 13 grand or something. 11
Oh,
grand.
okay,
I
no,
can't remember.
this is definitely not this is like a Ronaldo thing. Like maybe Ronaldo. We can speak to Ronaldo. He can fund it. But Whistler,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
thank you very, very much, bro.
My dude, thank you.
Do the thing,
Really,
Reese,
really
do
awesome.
the thing.
What did she do?
Nothing.
I didn't see it.
No, don't worry about
What
it.
is-
It's a private
What?
thing.
What does it mean
It's
it's a private thing?
Never mind.
Oh, there
Is
you
it
go.
happening? Oh,
Hearing-
what?
No.
Yes!
I heard the cock the nerf gun.
Oh,
my
thank you
word.
so much. Oh my god, I've been waiting for that for like
Reese,
half an hour.
Off. Why?
Ah.
I heard her cock it. Like I'm like,
Oh, that's amazing.
I
I
hear
can see the
something?
fear.
That comes. That
no,
comes.
you've seen that, right?
Anticipation.
I literally have fear in my life. Oh my word! Well
I
done.
literally got the last one. I
Well
didn't get
done.
the first one. It's like I clicked the wrong button,
Yeah, thanks, Mork.
but I did get him. But I did.
I still
did get
see it. I still saw
on
it. I still
screen.
saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was good. Thank
I'm
you.
glad.
Okay, well, guys, thank you very much.
No,
Reese,
dude.
not Reese, fuck, Whistler, hold on 1 second. I just want to say bye. Thank you guys very, very much. And then Thursday night, we'll have Ruud van Janbreek on, and he'll be chatting to us. And then, yeah, fucking pull in. Everybody have a good evening, and you are all awesome. Whistler, any last words?
No, dude, thank you for having me on your show. It's good to use your platform for talking about cyber a little bit, something that I'm obviously very passionate about. And even if we could just leave everybody in your community with like one thing to think about, I hope we managed to achieve that this evening, even if it's using better passwords or thinking about something differently.
Multiple bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure we missed like a ton of questions. And thank you for the opportunity to come onto your show and keep on doing what you guys are doing. It's awesome. We enjoy watching the Mork Rock show.
Oh,
Thanks,
Whistler. Cheers, everyone. Thanks so much. Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Bye.